gentlemen, it is a Saturday night at the ballpark. You never know what surprises, hint, could be happening. But first, it's time to grade your scorecards and fill out tonight's TD Bank starting lineups first for the Bees of New Britain. Leading off, number 3, the catcher, James Skelton. Batting second, the left fielder, number 7, Greg Golson. Hitting third, number 35, the third baseman, Jovan Rosa. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 9, Cole Garner. Hitting fifth, number 14, in center field, Michael Krause. Hitting sixth at first base, number 33, John Griffin. Batting seventh, number 4, shortstop Steve Carrillo. Hitting eighth, the right fielder, number 15, Anthony Ewing. Batting ninth, number 8, second baseman, Jake McGuigan. On the mound for the Bees, wearing number 40, Mike Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, our designated K-man this evening is the first baseman, John Griffin. If he strikes out during the game, all the fans in section 215, you are going to get a free coupon to the Branchburg Sports Complex, New Jersey's premier sports and family
Somerset Patriots! First pitch cranked to deep right center field. The 1-2 outs, runners on second and third. Hit to deep left field, going back and Finnick. Warning track wall, gone. Strike 3, got him on the changeup. The 1-0. This ball is gone off the scoreboard. Patriots win. Somerset!
Hello, Patriot fans. I'm Justin Answell. Welcome to the jewel of the Atlantic League that is TD Bank Ballpark. The weather is hot, and so is this matchup that we have for you tonight. The visiting New Britain Bees have won 11 of their last 13 games and 5 straight series. Meanwhile, your Somerset Patriots, not too bad themselves. They've won 9 of 11 and 3 straight series, including 5 in a row. A huge part of Somerset's success is their bench coach, Fox Buer. He's Brett Jody's right-hand man. They've been friends since college. Let's take a look at his story.
I was born 2 months premature. In the beginning, it didn't look good in terms of my survival. And I was given, from what I'm told, a 25% chance to live. And that as my condition improved in the weeks after I was born, my father decided to name me Fox because he felt like I had outsmarted all of the doctors. I had great support growing up. I grew up about half an hour from here in Chatham, New Jersey, a nice little town in Morris County. I have 3 siblings. I have an older brother, a younger brother, and a younger sister. And some of my first memories with all of them was playing baseball in the backyard. One day, the director of this program at MSG Network, Mike Quick, called me and said, Fox, knowing that I was a big Yankee fan, that I was going to throw out the first pitch to a Yankees game. The first person I actually meet is Derek Jeter. I shake his hand, and one of the first things he says is, "Don't bounce this pitch." Wade Boggs was great. At the time, he had a sister with MS, so we sort of connected that way.
Let's give a big hand to a most courageous athlete, Fox Buer.
It was not a strike, and I also remember TV Network, who was doing a piece on me, had a cameraman behind home plate. I threw out the first pitch, and I twirled around, I tipped my cap, and this man laughed so hard that he fell backwards with the camera, so there's no footage from behind home plate of me actually throwing out the first pitch because of that. Met Brett in college. We'd have a lot of chats on the bus on the way to class, and that's how we first got acquainted with each other. I majored in history and in Spanish, and I went back for an extra year to get my degree in Spanish, and during that year, when I was a coach on the baseball team at the University of South Carolina, we went to the College World Series. One day, I knew Brett was here as the pitching coach. So I called him one day and he said, "Sure, come on out." I came out a bunch of times in 07 and 08. I got a uniform, and fortunately I've stuck ever since. I'm the luckiest guy on earth.
That was a strike.
This organization cares about the players more than anywhere that I've seen. We're very much a family. I truly believe there is no other place like this on earth. I've been a Spanish teacher at Whippany Park High School for the past 12 years. All I try to do there is give them the same great experience that I had growing up. I coached baseball and volleyball at Whippany Park for 7 or 8 years, and again, I'm teaching them about life. I submitted a manuscript to a publishing company, and luckily within a couple of days they offered me a deal. I memorized a lot of the poems, and I go around coffee shops, ice cream parlors, libraries, anywhere that will take me, and I recite these poems. My ultimate goal is to affect as many people as I can in a positive way. I do want to pursue public speaking more, possibly as a career, and I want to do it in a way where I'm really completely honest and giving my heart to the audience, but doing it in a way that's meaningful and understandable.
Good stuff from Fox. He is an inspirational leader to everybody here in Somerset County. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups, first pitch in baseball, right here on SPN.TV.
Wind up and pitch. Very nicely done. Let's hear from Mila. And special guest on the Somerset Patriots, Cross McMahon. Oh, a little high on that one. Good pitch anyway, Cross.
Hey, Rich, hold on. I'm sorry, Rich. Sorry, I gotta interrupt you for a second. We had the first pitch show up late, so we need to have Sparky, the mascot, is bringing out one more first pitch. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Fans, we have one more first pitch coming out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Sergeant Alfredo Castro. Ladies and gentlemen, those are his 2 sons and wife out on the field.
Live from TD Bank Ballpark in lovely Bridgewater, New Jersey, WCTC and SPN.TV proudly present another production of Somerset Patriots Baseball. As tonight, your Somerset Patriots host the New Britain Bees for the middle game of this 3-game weekend series. Hello everyone, thanks for joining me on this hot Saturday evening, September 10, 2016, the penultimate home game of the regular season at TD Bank Ballpark. Thanks for tuning in, whether it be locally in Central Jersey on 1450 AM on your radio dial, maybe across the globe on WCTCAM.com, or maybe via your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Just search Somerset Patriots in the App Store and download that free app immediately. I'm the voice of the Somerset Patriots, Justin Answell. Glad to have Mike Sanfilippo aboard out before me and our tremendous broadcast video production crew. We just had a war veteran meet his 2 sons and wife as he had been serving overseas for the past few years, and he meets his family for the first time in over a couple of years, an emotional moment at TD Bank Ballpark as we're gearing up for this game. A capacity crowd on hand, and these are the 2 hottest teams in the Atlantic League squaring off. The New Britain Bees have won 5 straight series. The Patriots have won 3 straight series. The Bees have won 11 of 13. The Patriots have won 9 of 11. But last night it was all Bees through the first 7.5 innings of that game. 3-0, New Britain was leading Somerset, and you thought New Britain would inch within 2 games of Somerset with 9 to go, but not so fast. Somerset's the most resilient team in the Atlantic League for a reason. They would end up telling their 41st come-from-behind victory this season, thanks to a home run from Aaron Eggleston to lead off the 8th inning, and a couple infield singles, highlighted by a crucial one from Carlos Guzman to make the score go from 3-2 to 4-3. Hunton locked down his league-leading 36th save, and the Patriots won their 5th straight game by a final score of 4-3. And how about this stat? The Patriots' last 4 wins have each been in come-from-behind fashion, and they've each overcome a 3-run deficit during that span. So more emotions flow here from TD Bank Ballpark as a war veteran the past few years reunites with his family for the first time in quite some time. Is flanked by 2 sons and his longtime wife. So a great moment at TD Bank Ballpark. The kids are crying, the wife's emotional, and it's just good to see everybody back together. And it's such a fitting weekend that a moment like this occurs as we celebrate the 15th year since the September 11th terror attacks. But Somerset comes in with a 35-26 second half record, 73-58 overall. The Bees 31-30 in the second stanza, 67-64 overall. Let's take a look at the up-to-the-minute playoff picture. In the Liberty Division, with 9 games remaining, Somerset leads Bridgeport by 3 games and leads New Britain by 4 games. So Somerset clearly in the driver's seat as they're eyeballing their 4th straight playoff berth in the Brett Jody era and trying to make the playoffs for the 13th time in the franchise's 19 years of existence. As for the other division, the York Revolution have a half-game lead over the Sugarland Skeeters in the Freedom Division. But if York does win the second half, that means a wild card would come into play because York won the first half, and the wild card standings look like this. Sugarland 1 game up on New Britain, but if Sugarland and New Britain finish tied for the wild card, it would be the Bees that would make the playoffs because the Bees went 13-7 against the Skeeters this year. Bottom line, the league's in a great state. Pretty much everybody's still mathematically alive with a week and a half to go. Fun times in the Atlantic League. President Rick White has to be smiling ear to ear. When we do get underway, we will have the following pitching matchup. Right-hander Mike Lee for the Bees against right-hander Sean Garceau for the Patriots. Interesting storylines with these two pitchers. They actually were in the Atlantic League earlier this year with other teams, so a change of scenery worked out well for both these fine gentlemen. Mike Lee began the year at Lancaster, and since signing with New Britain, his ERA is a lot better. Same thing goes for Sean Garceau, who began the year with Southern Maryland, was released within a week. He latches on with Somerset, and he's trying to win his 3rd Atlantic League championship. He won a title in 2011 with the Rebs, 2013 with the Ducks, and looking for a ring on his finger in 2016. Lee is 7-5 with a 4.54 ERA. Garceau 4-4 with a 4.89 ERA. When you look at this Somerset team, they're just playing a great brand of baseball. They have the #1 ERA in the Atlantic League. They've issued the fewest walks. They've struck out the most batters. From an offensive standpoint, they've scored the most runs. They've drawn the most walks. They've stolen the most bases. You can flat out say that this team is playing its best brand of baseball since that unprecedented 13-0 start to start the year. And after that 13-0 start, it was a big-time grind. Remember, this team blew a 6-game lead in the first half. The Ducks overtook them and ended up winning. Then they had a complete overhaul of the roster in early July. A lot of players retired. A lot of players were traded. A lot of players signed elsewhere. Went overseas, went to Major League Baseball organizations, and Hunton, the director of player personnel, has retooled this roster, and there have been some big-time midseason acquisitions that has fortified this club. Nick Turley has been a standout starting pitcher. Kyle Roller has infused the lineup with his power and ability to hit for average. He was signed to replace Matt Fields. Jim Miller is having a breakout Atlantic League tenure. I don't think everybody knew Jim Miller was a good baseball player, but he has yet to give up a run this year. Jeremy Bleish has been a solid lefty. They bring back Efrain Nieves, who they originally had to start the year. He finished up in Taiwan. That season's over, so now he's with the Somerset Patriots. And to me, the big theme that you take away from last night, they showed great resiliency. It was a nice win to go 4 up on New Britain with 9 to play, but you have another legitimate weapon in that bullpen. Other than Kyler Newby, other than Jim Miller, and other than John Hunt and Jeremy Bleish, who you're going to lose to the World Baseball Classic in a few days, Jose De La Torre, 8 pitches, 8 strikes, 1-2-3 inning, struck out 2 in a scoreless 7th inning. He is going to be a huge weapon down the stretch for this club. The guy won a World Series with the Red Sox 3 years ago. Well, Sean Garceau and his teammates have just taken the field. The Patriots are wearing special gold jerseys in honor of children's pediatric cancer. So these jerseys are being auctioned in the concourse behind home plate, and all proceeds go to finding a cure for childhood cancer. The Bees are on the top step of the dugout in the third baseline. We're just about ready to step aside when we come back. We're off starting lineups, first pitch in baseball. Game number 132 of our marathon 140-game season coming up exclusively on the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
With tonight's rendition of God Bless America, please welcome CeCe McElveen.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a reminder to please remain standing. And a reminder on this somber weekend that we ask that you please remember to remove your caps, with the exception, of course, of our active military personnel and veterans who may keep their caps on while maintaining a salute. To honor America, with the singing of our national anthem, representing Team Campbell Foundation, please welcome Bernard's High School Matadors.
All right, nice job by the Bernard's High School Madrigals chorus. We are just about ready for baseball. 88 degrees and humid outside. Penultimate home game of the 2016 regular season. The New Britain Bees against the Somerset Patriots. Middle game of this three-game set. Somerset won in come-from-behind fashion, 4-3 to kick off the series opener. The starting lineups are brought to you by TD Bank. If you want a bank that's a little more human, talk to TD Bank. They treat people well like people. That's why they're open longer than other banks. That's why you can talk to a real person 24/7. So visit tdbank.com. For the visiting New Britain Bees, led by first-year skipper Stan Clyburn, 31-30 in the second half, 67-64 overall. Leading off, James Skelton at catcher, hitting second, Greg Olson in left field. Batting third, Jovan Rosa at third base. Cleaning up, Cole Gardner at DH. Hitting fifth, Michael Krause in center field. Batting sixth, John Griffin at first base. And 7, 8, 9 respectively, Steve Carrillo at shortstop, Anthony Hewitt in right field. Jake McGuigan is the second baseman, rounding out the order. These 9 gentlemen will face right-hander veteran Sean Garceau, 6'1", 220-pound 29-year-old from West Palm Beach, Florida. On the season with the Somerset Patriots, he's made 17 starts, compiled a 3-2 record with a 4.81 ERA, 50 strikes, 32 walks. Overall, if you include his time with Southern Maryland, has a 4-4 record with a 4.89 ERA, 23 games and 22 starts. He's been pitching very well since the All-Star break. Only one loss since the Midsummer Classic. That was in the middle of July. And he's been keeping the ball down. He's allowed no home runs in 7 of his last 9 starts. When that sinker is sinking, good things bode well for Sean Garceau. Here's the defense behind the affable right-hander. Left to right in the outfield, Eggleston, Zerillo, Mazzola. Left to right around the diamond, Vidal, Kelly, Ferris, Guzman, and the batterman of Garceau is Gonzalez. Just a standard night off for usual first baseman / DH Brian LaHare. Patriots are just 5-9 against the New Britain Bees this season, but these two teams, they'll see a lot of each other this final week and a half of the season. Of the final 9 games in the regular season, they face each other 6 times. James Skelton, The former Patriot in 2013 and 2015 digs in. The lefty from West Covina, California, hits .260 on the season with a career-high 10 home runs. First pitch from Garceau. Fastball clocked in for a called strike. It's officially go time at 7:14 p.m. Eastern Time. We are underway from the jewel of the Atlantic League, the two-time minor league ballpark of the year for BallparkDigest.com. Blistering 90-mile-per-hour fastball swung on and missed. Count 0-2 to Skelton. Skelton was an all-star for the Patriots last year. The 0-2. Fastball runs inside and a waste pitch. Count 1-2. 317 feet down the left field line, 315 feet down the right field line, 365 feet in the gaps, and 402 to dead center field. 39 RBI for Skelton, who leads the Atlantic League in walks. 84 walks for James Skelton. That's 18 more than the next closest player. That's why he's a great leadoff hitter. Up and away, count 2-2. 88 degrees and humid outside. Not your typical September 10th weather. Feels more like August 10th. The 2-2 to start this Saturday contest. Low and away, 3-2. A pesky at bat for James Skelton. Skelton has the second highest on base percentage in the Atlantic League. Only Aaron Eggleston has a higher OBP. The 3-2, the catalyst, the payoff pitch. Lined into the netting behind home plate. And we'll do it again. Umpires for you this evening. Behind home plate, Silvio Martinez. First base ump, Warren Nicholson. And the crew chief, third base umpire, Freddie DeJesus. Skelton, a .260 batting average, but a .392 on base percentage. 132 points higher. The payoff pitch. Another one roped into the netting behind home plate. Count 3-2. Skelton sporting an interesting looking wooden bat. A brown handle with a yellow barrel. New Britain Bees colors. Skelton's also played for Lancaster, Southern Maryland, and of course Somerset, like I alluded to. The 3-2 again. Another foul ball. 3 straight foul balls from Skelton. Great crowd on hand. We'll have a post-game fireworks show after the game. And then our 2016 home regular season finale tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. Pre-game autograph session. Post-game kids run the bases. Patriots wearing special gold jerseys in honor of children's cancer. Curveball outside, and Skelton works a walk. A 9-pitch walk for James Skelton. That's his Atlantic League leading 85th walk of the season. That's 19 more than the next closest players, Josh Prince of Sugarland and Josh Bell of Lancaster, who've each walked 66 times. What an at-bat, and that has to be frustrating for Garceau. To be ahead in the count 0-2 and issue a free pass. Fastball hits the outside corner, count 0-1. So tonight's game is really picking up where last night's game left off. Combined, there were 10 walks issued from the pitching staffs last night. 8 on New Britain's end. 0-1 count to the right-hander Greg Golson, who clubbed just his 3rd home run in 88 games played in the top of the first inning last night against Donovan Head. Swung on and missed. Count 0-2. The former big leaguer with the Rangers, Phillies, and Yankees is batting .287 with 35 RBI. Golson played for Lancaster in 2014, the year they won the championship. Double play in order, but a throw over to check on Skelton, who's not your typical catcher. He can run well. He's 5'11", 165 pounds. The Bees have stolen the second most bases in the Atlantic League. Skelton 18 for 25 this year in stolen base attempts, a 72% success rate. The 0-2. Curveball grounded in the third baseline foul. Runner on first. Nobody out. Top of the first inning, no score between New Britain and Somerset. I'm Justin Antwell from the Fullerton.com press box. Golson has banged into the 3rd most double plays on the team at 11. Garceau eyeballing number 12. Deep breath for Garceau. The 0-2. Fastball off the plate by design and a waste pitch. Count 1-2. This is Garceau's 6th year in the Atlantic League. Been in this prestigious league since 2011. He's played for York, Long Island, Southern Maryland, now Somerset. And he says this is the happiest he's been playing for this illustrious franchise. The 1-2. Deep breath. Here's the pitch. Cox fires. Slider swung on and missed, waving at a pitch down and away. Golson, who helped out Garceau, one away. So no contact game thus far. A walk and a strikeout. No score, top of the first inning. 1 out, 1 on. Digging in, it's a right-hander from Puerto Rico, Yovan Rosa. Rosa's the Bees' all-time leader in home runs. 288 hitter, 12 home runs, 58 RBI. 4 of Rosa's 12 home runs have come against Somerset pitching. And Rosa leads the league in double plays hit into with 21. Double play in order with Skelton on first. You wonder if Clyburn would put on the hit and run. First pitch, fastball above the letters high. Count 1-0. The Bees are in their gray uniforms, gray tops, gray bottoms. Black numbers, black letters with yellow trim and yellow outlining. Somerset in their sharp-looking gold uniforms with red hats and white pants. The 1-0, lined in the netting behind home plate. Count 1-1. Garceau's coming off an interesting outing against York. His first 3 innings, he was flawless. He threw 33 pitches through 3 scoreless innings, and everything unraveled for him in that 4th inning, and he did not even make it through that 4th against York. The bullpen picked him up and threw 5 1/3 innings of 2-hit, no-run baseball. And that started this 5-game winning streak for Somerset. Started last Sunday. Throw over to check on Skelton. He walks back into first. But these are 2 teams that are playing a crisp brand of baseball. Patriots have won 9 of 11. Bees have won 11 of 13. Patriots have won 3 straight series. Bees have won 5 straight series. The 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball way outside. Reaching the other side of the batter's box was his battery mate, Yovan Gonzalez. Count 2-1. Bees are led by first-year skipper Stan Clyburn, who's amassed over 1,600 career wins throughout his managerial tenure. Started coaching in 1988. He coaches third base for the Bees while they're batting like they are right now. He started coaching before I was alive. He's 59 years old, a former big league catcher with the California Angels in 1980. The 2-1, swung on and missed. Count 2-2. Meanwhile, Somerset, they're guided by a fellow former big leaguer themselves and Brett Jody. And you could arguably say this is the best year that Brett Jody's had. I mean, he's had to grind out wins for his team. He's had to shuffle the roster, find roles for his bullpen, juggle the starting rotation, done an impeccable job. He's in his 4th year, the reigning Atlantic League Manager of the Year, former big leaguer with the Padres and Yankees, 39 years old from South Carolina. Slider low and away, not offering was Rosa, count 3-2. And I would presume Skelton's in motion. Knowing Rosa's propensity to hit into double plays, I think you send James Skelton, who has 18 steals and 25 tries. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. No score, top of the first. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. Skelton's in motion. The 3-2, it's foul behind home plate on top of the suite level above me. Somerset begins the evening 3 up on Bridgeport and 4 up on New Britain. The 2 teams that have qualified for the postseason already, York and Long Island, by virtue of winning their divisions in the first half. The 3-2, the runner goes again. Slider low and away, not biting Rosa, and Skelton goes to second. So a walk, a strikeout, a walk. Garceau nibbling. And he'll challenge Cole Gardner, a .255 hitter. Right-hander, former big leaguer with the Colorado Rockies. 6 home runs and 21 RBI, making his 27th start. He missed the first chunk of the season as he was recovering from off-season shoulder surgery. Gardner has tremendous power. The ball just has a unique sound when it hits the barrel of his bat, but he strikes out a lot. First pitch, fastball upstairs, count 1-0. Gardner played for Stan Clyburn in 2014 with the Lancaster Barnstormers, the year they won the championship. Clyburn was the hitting instructor that year, and they formed a great relationship, and that's what brought him to New Britain. Swung on and missed, count 1-1. Gardner's also played for Southern Maryland. 2 on, 1 out, no score, top of the first inning. Sean Garceau, the pitcher for the Patriots, has peaked at the Double-A level with the St. Louis Cardinals organization. The 1-1. Fastball just off the corner. Count 2-1. Garceau grew up idolizing Pedro Martinez. He's a bulldog on the mound. He's a guy that can give you strong outings even without his best stuff. The 2-1. Popped him up behind home plate. Gonzalez gave it a brief look, but it floats foul. Count 2-2. And from the early stages, look, we're 4 batters in. This looks to be a grind for Garceau. He's issued free passes to 2 of the first 3 hitters. There's no score in the top of the first. 1 out, 2 on. Force anywhere except home. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. But he's 1 pitch away from getting out of it. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Good tailing slider. Walk, strikeout, walk, strikeout. You don't even need defenders tonight. Now batting right-hander Michael Krause, the speedy center fielder. He's batting .291 on the season. He's the Bees' all-time leader in RBI at 63. 9 home runs for Krause. But Krause is a threat to strike out. He has struck out the 4th most times in the Atlantic League, 120. Fastball away, 1-0. And as we've seen early on, this is a Bees team that's prone to strike out. They have struck out as a unit the 2nd most times in the Atlantic League. Only York has struck out at a higher clip. The 1-0. Dribbled foul at home plate, count 1-1. Garceau has thrown 28 pitches in this inning. The bullpen is well rested for Somerset. They had the off day on Thursday. Only used De La Torre, Bleich, and Hunton last night. The 1-1. Squibber down the right field line, foul, count 1-2. And Sean Garceau, 1 strike away from striking out the side, albeit he did walk 2 batters. Garceau was an all-star in 2014 for the Ducks. Their number 2 pitcher the year they won the title in 2013 behind his good friend John Brownell. The 1-2 in the dirt, smothered on a 56-foot splitter. Good stop by Gonzalez to drop and dive to knock that ball down to keep the runners at first and second. Keep the forces in order. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Garceau on the verge of throwing his 31st pitch of the inning. 17 strikes, 13 balls. 2 on, 2 out. The 2-2 to the righty Krause. Curveball punched into left center field, down for a base hit. Rounding third and coasting home, it's James Skelton. And the New Britain Bees have drawn first blood. New Britain leads Somerset 1-0 in the top of the first. That slider hung a little bit too much. Good read for Krause to make some adjustments, keep his wrist back, and deposit it in the left center field. And he's all smiles at first base. And Krause has done well against Somerset this year. That's his 12th RBI against Somerset pitching this year. So Rosa stops at second. Krause standing tall at first. Inning extends for John Griffin. Socks it fouled on the right field line. Griffin looks like a tight end at the plate. 6'6", 240-pounder. 274 average, 9 homers, and 60 RBI. But Griffin has a 10-game hitting streak against Somerset. So each of the last 10 games that Griffin has played against Somerset, he's recorded at least 1 hit. The 0-1. Hit down the right field line, foul, count 0-2. But if you're Brett Jody, you're almost saying, hey, this is where we want to be. This team is used to coming from behind. Each of their last 5 wins during their 5-game winning streak have been in come-from-behind fashion. And the first 4 games on this homestand, the Patriots trailed by 3 runs in each of those contests and ended up winning, including being down 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 8th last night, and they won 4-3. The 0-2 outside 1-2, but you can just tell early on this is going to be a bullpen day. And there's some reinforcements. Efrain Nieves has rejoined the team. He replaces Javon Jackson Jr. on the roster. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Garceau strikes out the side, but does yield 2 walks and an RBI single. Through 1/2 inning of play, 1 for New Britain. Somerset, they're coming to bat. On the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
What's better than winning Dealer Rater's Dealer of the Year award? Winning it back-to-back. That's right. Flemington Car and Truck Country is New Jersey's Dealer Rater Dealer of the Year 2 years in a row. So thank you to our customers for putting us on top again. Visit DealerRater.com to read our reviews. Over 1 million satisfied customers can't be wrong. 17 brands, 6,000 vehicles in one location. Flemington Car and Truck Country family of dealerships.
Proud to be the better way to buy.
I'm what you call a clinical trial patient.
This is the bridge that connects the Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital to the Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. It's how we link 4 hospitals to hundreds of cancer specialists, and where precision medicine, genomics, and clinical trials come together every day to bridge the gap between cancer and a cure.
Last chance, more like fighting chance.
Robert Wood Johnson Health System, leading the way to health.
After a 35-pitch first inning, Garceau only yields 1 run. Bees lead the Patriots 1-0 on this Saturday evening, bottom of the first inning. Here's the starting 9 for the Somerset Patriots. Leading off, Vinny Zerillo in center field, batting second, Aaron Eggleston in left field. Hitting third, Eric Ferris at second base. Cleaning up, David Vidal at third base. Hitting fifth, Kyle Roller at DH. Batting sixth, Josh Mazzola in right field. And 7, 8, 9 respectively, Carlos Guzman at first base, Jovan Gonzalez at catcher, and Scott Kelly is the shortstop, rounding out the order. They'll face lanky right-hander Mike Lee, 6'7", 235-pound right-hander. 6 starts with the Bees, 3-0 record, 3.06 ERA, 19 strikeouts, 9 walks over 32 and a third innings. He's 29 years old, from Las Vegas, Nevada. He's peaked at the AAA level with the Red Sox, Braves, Diamondbacks, and Blue Jays organizations. He began the year with Lancaster, where he struggled. With the Barnstormers, his ERA was north of 5 in 22 games, but his ERA just above 3 with the Bees. 1-0 New Britain leads Somerset, bottom of the first inning, nobody out, nobody on. Difference in this game, a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single left center by center fielder Michael Kraus. Catalyst Zerillo will try and jumpstart the Somerset Patriot offense, batting .288 with 2 home runs and 29 RBI. The lefty from Fork River, New Jersey takes a called strike. Count 0-1. Zerillo's a Rutgers product. Rutgers was down 14-0 against Howard, who won 1 game last year out of the MEAC. But first-year coach Chris Ash's squad proceeded to score 52 unanswered points to comfortably win 52-14. So there were some tense moments in the area around noon this afternoon. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Count 1-2. Zerillo's really playing well. 8 multi-hit games in his last 15 contests. Had a huge 3-run home run earlier this homestand. Just his second career home run. The 1-2 from Lee. Fastball inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. 1-0, New Britain leads Somerset in the bottom of the first inning. Zerillo, one of 4 lefties in the lineup. A balanced attack for the Patriots. The 2-2 from Lee. Lifted in the left field line. This will kick foul out of play past the tarp area. Great weather, 88 degrees, gorgeous outside. Light shining bright in downtown Bridgewater, New Jersey. Penultimate regular season game at home. Great crowd, fireworks after. Traffic running smoothly on Highway 287 that runs parallel to the left field wall. The train tracks run north to New York City, parallel to the right field wall. The 2-2. Broken bat looper, shallow right field. In comes Hewitt, and he plays on a hop. The 6-pitch battle is won by Vinny Zerillo. You can always get a new bat, can't always get a hit. He'll gladly trade that broken bat for a leadoff knock. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of the first inning. Patriots down a run for the consistent star, Aaron Eggleston. The 3-time All-Star, bats left-handed, hitting .316 this season. That's 5th best batting average in the Atlantic League. Last night he clubbed his first home run of the month. It was his 8th homer of the year. 53rd RBI this season as well. That started the rally. He bunts this one foul behind home plate, count 0-1. Somerset was down 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Rob Bryson, the former Patriot, was on the hill. Eggleston golfed a homer to right. And Guzman would cap the inning with a 2-run dribbler that squeaked into right field. Long set for Lee. Throws over to check on Zerillo. Dives back into the northwest corner of the bag. He's safe. Eggleston is in the midst of a 42-game on-base streak. That is the longest streak in the Atlantic League this season. He has reached base safely in every game since July 20th. It's currently September 10th. The 0-1. Low and in, count 1-1. This is one Las Vegas native facing another in Lee versus Eggleston. Maybe they see each other in the offseason. Runner on first, nobody out. 1-0 Somerset trails New Britain. Bottom of the first inning. Righty pitcher, lefty hitter. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Hit and run was on. Zerillo in motion. He's out on the feet first slide. Well, Eggleston's a great contact hitter, but it was a curveball swung on and missed, and Zerillo caught stealing at second base. It's Eggleston's job to put the ball in play to stand at the double play and open up a vacated hole. But by him whiffing, Zerillo didn't get the greatest of jump, but he's caught stealing. For Zerillo, just the 5th time he's caught stealing in 20 tries. Set a race to the leadoff single, the 1-2 to Eggleston. He chased a curveball again, strike 3. So you thought you had something brewing. Now, all of a sudden, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the first inning, you're down a run for right-hander Eric Ferris, who in my humble opinion is the most underrated position player on the team. You know, we talk a lot about the youth movement of Zerillo and Kelly. Eggleston, you know, he's the new face of the franchise. And the power numbers from Vidal and Roller and the clutch abilities from Laher and Guzman. We forget how versatile and how consistent Eric Ferris has been. He's hitting .299 with 6 home runs and 62 RBI. He's played 6 different positions. Well above average defender. He can hit anywhere in the lineup. Puts the ball in play. He can steal. He has 25 steals on the season. He can leg out infield singles. The 1-1. Ground ball to the third baseline foul. Count 1-2. And when you lost Spears and Andino, you know, 2 former big leaguers from last year, you were wondering, you know, how is this team going to fare up the middle? Well, Kelly has grown and developed and matured so much, and Ferris has been rock solid. The 1-2. Line drive to his counterpart at second, played on a hop by McGuigan. Sidearm throw to first, inning over. 1-2-3 go the Patriots. Through 1 inning of play from humid central New Jersey, It's 1 for the Bees, none for the Patriots. In the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Welcome to RWJ Barnabas Health, New Jersey's most comprehensive healthcare system, with 41,000 medical professionals serving millions of people throughout New Jersey. So when it comes to your health and wellness, you're never alone. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the Sparky Dash, brought to you by Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital. Please join me in welcoming Megan. Megan is from Burnsville. She's going to be racing Sparky around the bases. If she gets the home plate first, she's going to win a Patriots prize pack. Nice ball, Spark. All right, you guys ready to race? Sparky, you ready? I don't know if Sparky's ready for this one. We're going to start anyway in 3, 2, 1, go! And we're off. Megan with an early lead, but Sparky's playing a little extra with general ignition. This is going to be crazy. He doesn't realize he's racing, but here we go. Megan's coming around third base. Come on, fans, let's hear it for her. Let's hear it for her. Let's go. Megan's around third. She's got a commanding lead. This is going to be close. Let's see. Megan is safe. She is safe. Good job, Megan. She's going to win a Patriots prize back. Thank you very much. Congratulations to Patriots fans. Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital is one of America's best. And proud to be the official healthcare provider of your Somerset Patriots. Please see Robert Johnson online at rwjh.edu.
Visit Alpine Business Systems at www.alpinebiz.com. Alpine Business Systems is the official IT provider of the Somerset Patriots. Affinity Federal Credit Union, banking, investing, advising. Learn how you can belong to something better at www.joinaffinity.com. 1-0 New Britain leads Somerset through 1 inning of play from the jewel of the Atlantic League. Difference in this game, a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single by Michael Krause. A long, arduous inning for Sean Garceau, looking for smoother sailing in the second. He threw 35 pitches, 21 strikes, 14 balls. But at the end of the day, only allowed 1 run. Could have been a lot worse. He'll face the lower third of the order, starting with shortstop Steve Carrillo. First pitch, dots the outside corner, count 0-1. Carrillo, a .246 hitter with 2 homers and 21 RBI. Lined in the netting behind home plate. Count 0-2. Carrillo began the year with New Britain, then he went to the Mexican League, and now he is back with the New Britain Bees. Deep breath for Sean Garceau. The 0-2. Liner to shallow left. Eggleston darting inwards. Secures it. 1 away. The New Britain Bees are trying to become the first ever expansion franchise to qualify for the Atlantic League's postseason. If you're new to the league, they came into the league around January of this year to replace Camden. The Atlantic League needed another team after Camden went out of business. They needed an even number. And Pat Day, the general manager for New Britain's done an outstanding job in a short amount of time to get New Britain Stadium in line, to build a front office staff, get a strong marketing brand going, attract a fan base, and produce a winning club. Got to tip your cap. Slider away, 1-1. You know, it can be shaky for an expansion franchise. There's just so much to do from an economics and baseball standpoint, but there's great leadership in New Britain, and it seems like the fans have embraced the Bees. You know, they're already promoting season tickets for next year. Maybe they'll sneak in the playoffs. The 2-1. Outside, count 3-1, Anthony Hewitt, a .229 hitter with 9 homers and 36 RBI. He's a Connecticut native, so playing for his home state. A former Phillies prospect. Garceau wheels deals, the 3-1. Poke down the right field line out of play. Count 3-2. If Somerset wins tonight, it would be their 4th straight series win. The last time the Patriots lost a series, it was when they dropped 2 or 3 to these guys last month. The 3-2. Up and away, and Sean Garceau issues his 3rd walk of the game. 1 on, 1 out for Jake McGuigan, who celebrated his 25th birthday last night. The Patriots are 9-2 in their last 11 games. And this is all since maybe the worst game of the season when Hunton yielded 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning. The big blow, a bases clearing 3-run double to this man at the plate, Jake McGuigan. That was late on a Sunday night. But since that game, Somerset took 3 of 4 from Southern Maryland, 2 of 3 at York, which has the best home field advantage in the Atlantic League. They swept the Skeeters, who had been a thorn in their side, and they dramatically won last night's series opener. Called a strike, count 0 to the right-hander. A government major out of Harvard, Jake McGuigan. The 0-2. Ms. Garceau steps off. Runner on first, 1 out. 1-0 Bees lead the Patriots, top of the second. Deep breath for Garceau. Defense ready for a double play, but they throw over and check on Hewitt. This is a Bees team that has stolen the second most bases in the Atlantic League. For Hewitt, he has 7 steals and 12 tries. Not a great success rate. The 0-2, Hewitt not going. The curveball launched to deep right center field. Will it hang up in the air long enough for Zerillo? It does, retreating back to first. Goes Hewitt, 2 away. Lineup flips over for James Skelton, who worked a 9-pitch walk to set the tone last inning. It was his Atlantic League leading 85th walk of the season. That's 19 more than anybody else in the Atlantic League. And you look at the Bees, I mean, why are they having such a great year? They're getting career years out of a lot of players in their team. You know, Skelton, a career high in home runs and walks drawn. Jovan Rosa, career high in home runs and batting average. Craig Maddox, a career high in batting average. Michael Krause, a career high in stolen bases. And you put all the pieces in the puzzle together, you're going to have a strong year. You know, in order to be successful, you need everybody to live up to the back of their baseball card, plus have a few players overachieve. And that's what's going on with New Britain. I mean, Sean Gill-Blair's been a lights-out closer for them. Runner starts, then stops. Slider inside, count 1-0. Looked like Hewitt didn't like his jump, so he pumped the brakes. 1-0 New Britain leads Somerset, top of the second inning on this humid Saturday evening. Skelton, a .260 hitter. 10 home runs, 39 RBI. The 1-0. Outside, count 2-0. It is amazing the discipline that Skelton has. He will not help you out. The 2-0. Line drive in the third base line foul, and Skelton looks at his bat to see if there are any cracks in it. Taps it a couple times in the dirt. He thinks it's okay. Skelton's 30 years old. In 13 years of professional baseball, he has a career on-base percentage of .387. He's advanced as high as the AAA level with the Tigers, Diamondbacks, Pirates, Reds, and Nationals organizations. Runner on first, 2 outs. These have 3 walks in this game. Runner starts, then stops, up and away, count 3-1. You look at Skelton and you're like, there's no way this guy's a catcher. He's 5'11", 165 pounds. But he's one of the premier backstops in the league. The 3-1. Throw over to check on Hewitt at first. Gets back in time. Skelton hit .206 last year for Somerset. Really dropped off in the second half, hitting .260 this year. I talked to Jim before the series. I said, you know, what's been the difference? He said, I'm playing every day. You know, last year he was playing behind both Vidal and Donahue by the end of the year. But this year he catches 76% of the games. Nick Murphy, the other 24. Another throw over to check on Anthony Hewitt. And when you play every day, you know, you can relax. You don't have to worry about somebody breathing down your neck. And you're going to get reps. And the more reps you get, and no matter what field you want to do in life, you're going to be better at. The only way to get better, to me, is by doing. And Skelton agreed. The 3-1, upstairs he walked, and they throw to second. It doesn't matter. He was technically out, but he's awarded second because of the walk. 2 on, 2 out. I mean, Sean Garceau just struggling with control. 30 strikes, 22 balls through an inning and 2/3. But he's only given up 1 run. You know, it reminds you of Dylan Thompson's start for New Britain last night. Thompson walked 5, but just allowed 2 hits and no runs in his Atlantic League debut in 5 innings of work. Jovan Rosa, cue shot off the end of the bat. Floats foul on the right field line. Count 0-1. 2 on, 2 out. 1-0 New Britain leads Somerset, top of the 2nd inning. So for Skelton, he's drawn 2 walks tonight. Hewitt on second, Skelton on first. Great speed in the base pass. For Greg Golson, I should say, at the plate, not Rosa. Golson, a .287 hitter. 3 home runs. Slider squirts to the right of Gonzalez. The runners stay put. No activity in the Somerset bullpen. Randy Boone and Connor Little are their long men. I guess you could say Mickey Story could give you a couple innings as well. There are a lot of Swiss Army knives out there. Bryce Morrow, too, can throw a couple. The 1-1. Fastball dots the corner, count 1-2. And Bryce Morrow has to be happy. He went to Central Michigan University. And the Chippewas had a game-winning Hail Mary, like in miraculous fashion, against Oklahoma State earlier this afternoon. A 51-yarder. His time expired on a lateral. The 1-2. Curveball lined into right field on the run, but playing it in a hop. It's Josh Mazzola rounding third and heading for a home. The throw not in time, and the runners advance to second and third. RBI for Greg Golson, his 3rd RBI of the series. 2-0, the Bees lead. Interesting decision for Mazzola. I thought that there was a chance for him to catch that baseball, but he decided to play it conservatively on 1 hop. You know, if you charge in and you make the catch, you're a hero. And you become a household name in just your 2nd start. But if you charge in and skips by you, that's a 2-run triple. But he conservatively played it. The throw went past the cutoff man, so the runners advance to second and third. So Hewitt scores from second, Skelton to third, Golson to second. The batter's Rosa, who walked his first time up. Fastball called a strike, count 0-1. But the bottom line is the walks are hurting Garceau. He's walked 4 in this game. This ball's clubbed to deep left center field. Zerillo going back at the warning track. Leaps. Did he make the catch? He did. At the top of the wall. Robbing a 2-run extra base hit away from Jovan Rosa, the All-Star. What a great snag by Vinny Z. Limits the damage. Garceau survives relatively unscathed. We are through an inning and a half. New Britain 2, Somerset none on the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Welcome to the brand new Somerset Patriots app. What is an app? Everything Somerset Patriots, all at your fingertips. The Patriots My Rewards program. Download this free app today at the Apple Store or Google Play. I might not know what an app is, but this one is really fun.
Wellman Home Services, plumbing, heating, electric, and air service you can trust since 1962. Download the Somerset Patriots mobile app right now, available for free in the App Store. Search Somerset Patriots so you can get the schedule, roster, statistics, social feeds, videos, rewards, and much more. Download now and stay connected. I'm Justin Answell broadcasting. Glad to have Mike Sanfilippo board hopping on our radio side of things. Fortunate to have Ed, Andrea, and Mark pressing all the right buttons in our broadcast venue production end of things for our SPN.TV telecast, our video online stream. Bottom of the second inning, 2-0, New Britain leads Somerset. RBI single from Krause in the first, RBI single from Golson in the second. Garceau's thrown 57 pitches through 2 innings, walked a season-high 4. Yet could have been a lot worse if you're a glass-half-full kind of guy. First pitch, low and in, count 1-0 to David Vidal. The cleanup hitters brought to you by Raritan Building Services Corporation. The right-handed slugger leads the league in home runs at 24. Steady .319 batting average, 59 RBI. In for a called strike, count 1-1. Vidal has 10 go-ahead home runs this year. The only player with more than 10 home runs in the Patriots, it's Carlos Guzman. Low and away. Count 2-1. So Vidal almost has more just go-ahead home runs than any other teammate on his squad. What a year. I mean, obviously in the MVP discussion. But for Vidal, it's all about, winning that ring at the end of the year. And individual awards come second. The 2-1, tailing slider, waved at and missed, count 2-2. To David, individual awards are a byproduct of team success. And he has taken on a great leadership role this year. It's his second year in the Atlantic League. He knows what to expect. He knows the league. He knows what the Patriots are all about. He reached for a slider, weak pop-up, foul side of first, and John Griffin, using a 6'6" frame, hovers over the camera well to make the catch. 1 out. 4 up, 4 down for Mike Lee. 2-0, New Britain leads Somerset in the bottom of the second inning. Left-hander Kyle Roller has 5 home runs in his last 13 games. 9 homers in the year, 35 RBI with a .301 batting average. On Wednesday night, Roller had a walk-off RBI check swing infield single. Kind of an anticlimactic moment. When somebody is 6'1", 270 pounds, you expect him to, win the game via like an RBI sac fly, like drive the ball to the outfield, but it was kind of an excuse-me check swing, a roller down the first base line. Luke pounced off the mound, did a double clutch, and Ferris broke for home and scored. That was with 1 out in the 10th. Somerset has played a league-high 18 extra inning games this season. Count 1-1. These players are earning their paychecks. Curveball inside, count 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. 2-0 New Britain leads Somerset in the bottom of the second inning. Mike Lee, 3-0 in 6 starts with New Britain with an ERA just north of 3. The 3-1. A weak tapper on the first baseline foul, count 3-2. I mean, there's just so much depth with the Somerset offense. Tonight they're giving Brian Lahara a night off. The other day they rested Vidal after his right hand was sore, and they ended up scoring 10 runs on 15 hits, and Vidal was on the bench. The 2-2. Fastball just inside, count 3-2. Seems like a tight strike zone per Silvio Martinez. And all you can ask for the home plate umpire is just for some consistency. And he appears to be consistent on both sides. The 3-2. A vicious foul ball into the third row down the right field line. Well struck from Roller. Count 3-2. Roller's a guy, I don't think he said like 10 words all year, but he definitely lets his wooden stick do the talking. He says his hobbies are lifting weights, eating steak, and playing baseball. Broken back ground ball to second, backhanded by McGuigan. Throw to first. 2 outs. That's the second Patriot to break their bat. Zerillo broke his, but at least he got a single out of it. Here comes Josh Mazzola. This is Mazzola's second start with the Somerset Patriots. He went 2 for 4 in his team debut on Wednesday night. He did commit a throwing error that led to 3 unearned runs. Mazzola, 6'2", 220-pound right-handed hitter from San Diego, California, 30 years old. He began the year in the American Association with the Sioux Falls Canaries. 100 games, 259 average, 20 homers, 78 RBI. The rich get richer. Swing and a miss, count 1-1. I was a bit surprised in the move. I love Mazzola. I think he's a great fit. I didn't think Somerset would add to their already potent offensive attack. But I guess this makes you think Mateo's hamstring injury is a lot worse than we think, and they wanted some insurance. The 1-1. Oh, this ball's launched to deep left field. Back goes Golson at the warning track at the wall. It's gone. First career Atlantic League home run for Josh Mazzola. Welcome to Somerset. Somerset's on the board. They trail just 2-1 to New Britain in the bottom of the second inning. Well, he's 3 for 5 in his Somerset tenure. Good stuff from Mazzola. No doubt about a blast to deep left. That banged off the second wall and bounced back in the field of play. No doubt home run. And Jody has a lot of shiny toys to play with. Fastball away, count 1-0. And you can't play everybody, so these are good problems to have if you're a manager. And credit John Hunton for going out and signing him. Check swing foul, count 1-1. It always seems like Somerset does this around this time of year. Remember last year, they reacquired Roy Merritt. They brought in Matt Fields. Signed Will Oliver, Joe Testa, Kramer Seed, Connor Little. These were all late August, early September acquisitions. And De La Torre and Mazzola are looking good in small sample sizes. Fastball inside. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the second, 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. 2-1 count to Guzman. Righty pitcher, lefty hitter. Guzman a .267 hitter. Pulls a pitch down the first base line, foul. Count 2-2, 12 homers and 57 RBI. And if anything, by acquiring Mazzola, you make sure the other 7 teams in the Atlantic League don't get him. So it works out multiple ways for you. You get a stud who averaged a home run every 5 games in a great league like the American Association, and you prevent other clubs from getting a guy like that. The 2-2. Up and away, count 3-2. Every midseason acquisition has just been tremendous. There are very few players that remain since spring training. The 3-2. Foul behind home plate. We'll do it again. And Hunton does a good job of not only bringing in great baseball players, but they have to be high character guys. They have to buy into the team philosophy. They have to put their ego aside. And that's what we've been seeing from these newcomers. The 3-2. Another foul ball from Guzman. They're making Mike Lee work. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Bottom of the second, 2 outs, nobody on base. Josh Mazzola just clubbed his first career Atlantic League home run. Mazzola's been playing independent baseball since 2012. The 3-2. Guzman pokes this to first. Diving stop by Griffin, ranging to his right, smothers the baseball, flips it to the 6'7" Lee. His long strides pace him to the bag, and the out is recorded, 3-1 on the putout. But Somerset cuts this 2-run deficit in half with a no doubt about it blast to left off the bat of Josh Mazzola, the right fielder. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset through 2 from Central New Jersey on the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Hi, sorry, we're closed.
What? I need
Sorry.
help with my deposit.
The bank has rules.
It's really quick.
I can't hear you.
I promise I'm gonna be really quick.
I can't hear you through the glass.
I'll be quick.
You'll be quick, that's what you just said?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. We're closed.
You know what? Okay, that's... Hey, sir, okay.
It's time to bank human again. That's why TD Bank has the longest hours and even stays open an extra 10 minutes for when you run late. TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Looking for a great deal in a car? You'll score big savings at your Tri-State Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Somerset Patriots baseball. Visit tristateford.com for more information today. The Children's Specialized Hospital is also a proud sponsor of Somerset Patriots baseball. Through 2 innings of play from TD Bank Ballpark, the Bees are doubling up the Patriots 2-1, but Mazzola just socked his first career Atlantic League home run to cut the deficit in half. Garceau looking for clean 3rd inning. First pitch from the right-hander to the right-hander Garner is a call strike. Count 0-1. In the top of the 5th inning, we'll be joined by Robin Hoyt, the executive director of Team Campbell Foundation. Swung on and missed, count 0-2. So we'll talk about that organization in the 5th inning. Count 0-2 to Gardner. Gardner was the MVP runner-up in the Atlantic League in 2014. And now time is called by Garceau. Nobody out, nobody on, top of the 3rd. Garceau winds, fires. The 0-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Sean Garceau. His 2nd against Garner. 1 out. This brings up Michael Krause, who broke the scoreless tie in the 1st with a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single to left center. Imperative to keep Krause off the base pass. Krause leads the Atlantic League in stolen bases with 56. That's 9 more than the player with the 2nd most steals in the Atlantic League, which is Felett Lentini of Long Island. First pitch squibbed into the netting behind home plate. Count 0-1. Tomorrow afternoon, Somerset will throw right-hander Alexis Candelario. The Bees have yet to announce a starting pitcher. Most likely it'll be Rutgers product, right-hander Nate Rowe, but nothing definitive per the Bees PR staff and manager Stan Clyburn. The 0-1, low and away, count 1-1. Somerset will have another off day on Monday. But that's like a half off day because we're actually leaving for Bridgeport that night. There's a day-night doubleheader. Line drive into left center field deep, but Zerillo races over and tracks it down, 2 outs. Good job by the center fielder to read that ball off the barrel. There's a 10:35 a.m. game on Tuesday, followed by a 7 p.m. game on Tuesday night. Those will be big ones against the Bluefish. I mean, division could be on the line. The Fish begin the evening 3 back of Somerset with 9 to go. Bees 4 back of Somerset with 9 to go. And New Britain plays Somerset 6 of the final 9 times, including this one that's going on. Leinert on the right field line foul. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset, top of the 3rd for right-hander John Griffin, one of 4 strikeout victims for Sean Garceau. Griffin has struck out the 3rd most times in the Atlantic League, 131. In 6 years of professional baseball, he has struck out 29% of the time. And he's down in the count, 0-2. Got to smell strikeout. The 0-2 just off the plate. Griffin flinched but did not swing. Good idea by Garceau to expand the zone. The 1-2 to Griffin. Ground ball to second base. Contact is made, but an out still recorded in the 4-3 putout. A clean inning for Sean Garceau. We are through 2.5 from Central New Jersey. 2-1, the Bees lead the Patriots in the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Looking for incredible savings and selection on leading brands of furniture and bedding? Visit Flemington Department Store. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. Our 2-acre showroom features the brands you want, all at exceptional values. Flemington's highly trained furniture experts are not on commission, so you can experience a pressure-free and informative shopping experience. Come explore the best-kept secret in New Jersey at the Flemington Department Store on Route 31 in Flemington.
Check your mailbox. You could find money in it. Money Mailer could be in your mailbox right now. You will find great offers from local area businesses you know and trust, including the Somerset Patriots. You can also find all of these offers and many more at moneymailer.com or on our new convenient Money Mailer app for Android and iPhone users. So start saving money now and look for your Money Mailer envelope, which might be in your mailbox today.
Be sure to go with the pro with Somerville Aluminum, the proud sponsor of the Somerset Patriots full-service home remodeling. For 106 years, Carrier has offered specialized services to care for individuals suffering from psychiatric and addictive disorders, so visit www.carrierclinic.org. Home half of the 3rd, 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Tonight's My Rewards code, LEETEX, L-E-E-T-E-X, all one word, L-E-E-T-E-X. Type that in, get yourself some points. Let's pause for 10-second station identification on the Somerset Patriots Baseball Radio Network. One-0 count to Jovan Gonzalez. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Nobody out, nobody on. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. I'm Justin Antwell. 1-1 count after that curveball flipped in for a strike. Gonzalez, a .252 hitter, 2 homers, 28 RBI. Fastball away, 2-1. He looked really good in batting practice today, so you hope that translates to when the lights turn on, game time, right now. The 2-1. Ground ball too short on a few hops. Glove by Carrillo. Flick of the wrist, throw to first, 1 out. 9-hole hitter Scott Kelly will test Mike Lee. A couple weeks ago, Kelly clubbed his first career home run. It was in his 219th career game. He had 156 hits prior to that round tripper. And they were all either singles, doubles, or triples. But Kelly was upset after the game because the team did not win. That's the kind of guy Scott Kelly is. In for a called strike, 0-1. He couldn't even smile. The team tracked down the baseball for him. He told me he'll present it to his mother when he has a moment after the season. But it was hard for him to crack a smile. He's a feisty competitor. And it just goes to show you what hard work can do. And when you can play every day, good things are going to happen. And I've been saying it the last few years since Kelly joined the team. All he needs to do is play every day to be successful. And I think he can hit anywhere from 270 to 290 in this league. And he's hitting 273. Third most steals in the Atlantic League. The 1-1 to the right-hander. Fastball up and away. Count 2-1. A homer and 29 RBI. He's a great 9-hole hitter because he's a second leadoff hitter. The 6'7" Lee against the 5'9" Kelly. The 2-1. Dribbler to third. Backhanded by Rosa in fair territory. Strong throw across the diamond. That's a smooth play by the Iron Man, Jovan Rosa. Nobody has played in more games in the Atlantic League than him. He's a machine over at third, like a hungry, hungry hippo. He just gobbles up baseballs. The All-Stars having a great year. So since the home run to Mazzola, 3 straight batters have been set down by Mike Lee. 2 outs, bottom of the third. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Nobody on base for Vinny Zerillo, who's looking for his 9th multi-hit game in his last 16 contests. If he can come up with a hit here. Had a leadoff broken bat single to right center in the first. First pitch called a strike on the changeup. Count 0-1. Lee wheels deals. Fastball runs too far inside. Count 1-1 to Zerillo. Everybody loves homegrown talent. And that's what Scott Kelly and Vinny Zerillo are. A bona fide youth movement in Somerset. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Count 1-2. When the Mets were developing their prospects, it was so exciting for everybody. The DeGroms, the Harveys, the Matts, the Syndergaards, because they were their own. And you're seeing that with the Yankees right now, and the Patriots as well. Swung on and missed on the 1-2 pitch. The slurve tied him up, strike 3. 3 in the books from TD Bank Ballpark, a third of the way through this contest. Bees doubling up the Pats 2-1 on the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Come play with us! BSC has the only 4-level fantasy-themed laser tag arena in the country. Drop in for a game or book your next family fun outing and experience the best laser tag in New Jersey. Arcade games for all ages. Win tickets and take home great prizes just like the Shore. BSC also offers exciting party options in a fun and unique environment. Sports leagues, camps, and child development programs. BSC has something for everyone. Stop by and join the excitement.
Hey, it's been crazy with school being back, so we are constantly going over our data limit.
Oh, well, now all our new plans come with no data overages.
Wow, no more overages?
So that means...
Go on, say it.
We'll finally be in control.
And we're back.
Introducing new AT&T plans with no data overage charges.
Visit the table beyond section 206 to learn more. Only 3 new drugs for childhood cancer have been developed in the last 30 years. New drugs need new funding. You can make a difference. Visit TeamCampbellFoundation.org right now. Or enter the
Shopping for a new car? Hit a home run with all the great deals available now at your Tri-State Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Somerset Patriots baseball. Visit TriStateFord.com for more information today. Attention Patriot fans, Bridgewater Diner is a proud sponsor of Somerset Patriots baseball. It's just a foul ball away from the ballpark, so stop by the Bridgewater Diner for a great place to meet and eat. I'm Justin Antwell. Hot, humid, hazy Saturday evening from TD Bank Ballpark. Somerset eyeballing their 6th straight win, but they trail the Bees 2-1 through 3. Garceau, coming off his first 1-2-3 inning of the evening, will face the following hitters in the order: Carrillo, Hewitt, and McGuigan, 7, 8, 9. First pitch low and away to the right-hander, who's batting .245, Steve Carrillo, the San Pedro, California native. The shortstop has a 1-0 count. Now he has a 1-1 count with that crisp fastball that's poured in for a called strike. Garceau wheels deals. Fastball edges the outside corner. Count 1-2. Garceau's a former 20th round draft pick by the St. Louis Cardinals in 2005 at a high school in the South Florida area. The 1-2. Up and away, 2-2. Had a full scholarship to play baseball at Alabama in the SEC, but he turned it down to take the money as an 18-year-old. Advanced as high as the AA level. The 2-2. Liner into center field. Zerillo on the run. He makes a shoestring catch. Zerillo's made 3 above-average defensive plays tonight. That was his first one coming in. The others were ranging back in the alleys. And he's another guy, the more reps you get, the more confidence you have. Just like Kelly. And when they signed Zerillo, the last week of April, they told him, look, you might only be here for 2 days. He's been here for 4 months. In for a called strike, count 0-1. Zerillo had every intention to play for the New Jersey Jackals this year. But Somerset had some banged-up bodies the first couple weeks of the season. They knew Zerillo was local. He played for him last year. High-character guy, wasn't going to complain. All right. Vinny, come aboard. And he waited patiently, and he outplayed a former big leaguer in Trayvon Robinson, and it forced Trayvon to be traded. Fastball away, count 1-2. Anthony Hewitt walked his first time up, 229 hitter. Former highly regarded Phillies prospect, a former first-round draft pick. The 1-2. Dribbler to short, chewed up by Kelly. Throw to first, 2 outs. Nobody on base, top of the 4th inning, 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Reminder, we'll talk about the Team Campbell Foundation and the executive director, Robin Hoyt. Team Campbell Foundation is a foundation that is raising money and awareness for childhood cancer. Jake McGuigan digs in. Fastball upstairs, count 1-0. McGuigan batting .225. Fastball upstairs, count 2-0. A government major out of Harvard, Jake McGuigan, undrafted. The 2-0. Called a strike, count 2-1. Somerset has a Stanford grad on their team in Jeremy Bleich. But the last Ivy Leaguer to play for the Patriots, Dan DeGeorge in 2012, a Princeton grad. The 2-1, swung on and missed. Good cut fastball from Garceau. Garceau's retired 6 in a row. He's getting better as this game goes on. And, if you're the Bees and you look back at this game, they should have had a lot more in the first and second innings. The 2-2. An emergency hack down the right field line, spoiled foul. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 4th inning. An RBI single from Krause in the first. RBI single from Golson in the second. A home run from Mazzola to throw a counterpunch in the home half of the second for the Patriots. And Garceau, 1 strike away from retiring his 7th straight batter. The 2-2, ground ball to third, and he'll get that out. On the toss across the diamond, Vidal de Guzman. We head to the home half of the 4th. Bees leading 2-1 against the Patriots in the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Insurance is a complicated subject. Add a language barrier and it's just a disaster. My name is Melissa Estevez, and I work for Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey at Horizon Connect. I love my job because I'm able to connect with the people. Once they realize they can come here and speak to someone in Spanish, they keep coming. Health insurance is very complicated, especially today. I love making it simple for people. It's something that makes me feel fulfilled.
Hi.
Sorry, we're closed.
What? I need
Sorry.
help with my deposit.
The bank has rules.
It's really quick.
I can't hear you.
I promise I'm gonna be really quick.
I can't hear you through the glass.
I'll be quick.
You'll be quick. That's what you just said?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. We're closed.
You know what? Okay, that's... Hey, sir, okay.
It's time to bank human again. That's why TD Bank has the longest hours and even stays open an extra 10 minutes for when you run late. TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Thanks, Bill. From software developers to project manager, Spearhead Staffing can provide a customized recruiting approach for your company's needs. Visit them at spearheadstaffing.com. That's spearheadstaffing.com. The Somerset County Education Association supports the outstanding public school employees that make your child's education possible. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset, bottom of the fourth inning, in the middle game of this three-game weekend set from gorgeous TD Bank Ballpark. I'm Justin Answell from the Fullerton.com press box. Somerset erased a 3-0 deficit by scoring 4 runs in the 8th last night. The party was started on Aaron Eggleston's 8th home run of the season. Made the score 3-1. Somerset would score 3 subsequent runs in that frame to notch their 41st come-from-behind win of the season. And Eggleston leads off the bottom of the fourth inning. He struck out swinging his first time up. 316 hitter, fastball inside, count 1-0. 8 home runs, 53 RBI for Eggleston, who's trying to extend his on-base streak to 43 consecutive games. The 1-0. There's a called strike, count 1-1. This is a streak that started on July 20th. Now, the way you can extend this streak, obviously a base hit, a walk, or a hit by pitch. That's it. Ground ball over the head of the third baseman. A high chopper off of home. It rolls into left field, and the on-base streak extends to 43 consecutive games for Aaron Eggleston with an opposite field single. He was late in the fastball, a late swing, a high tomahawk swing, bounced off home plate, and over the 6'3" third baseman's head down the third base line, cutting it off before it could roll around on the warning track. Olsen. 43 game on base streak for Aaron Eggleston. Eric Ferris leads the team in double plays hit into with 18. The right-hander from Sacramento is batting .298 on the year. 6 homers, 62 RBI. See if they put Eggleston in motion. First pitch, knee-high strike, count 0-1. Ferris has hit safely in 18 of his last 20 games. And he's having a September to remember. Batting .412 this month with 11 RBI in 8 games played. And the Somerset Patriots are 7-1 in September. They are heating up at just the right time as the postseason looms for this squad. They've yet to clinch a berth, but they're 3 up with 9 to play. The 0-1. Ground ball too short. Fielded by Carrillo. On to second for 1. Throw to first. Bang, bang, play, and he's out. 19th double play hit into by Eric Ferris. That's tops in the team. By the naked eye, it looked like a tie goes to the runner. But Warren Nicholson was closest to it, and the first base umpire with an emphatic punch out. So that erases the leadoff knock. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth inning. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. A brief argument from Brett Jody, but he heads back to the first base dugout. Broken bat looper into left field for a base hit. The 318 hitter's aboard. That's the third Patriot to break his bat within the first 4 innings. But you'll gladly trade a broken bat for a base hit. Two outs, runner on first. Patriots down a run in the 4th inning. Righty pitcher, lefty hitter. Roller, a .299 hitter, walked 3 times last night. First pitch outside, count 1-0. Roller tapped to second his first time up. He represents the go-ahead run. The 1-0. Upstairs, count 2-0. Roller can bench press 400 pounds. You know, it's football season. He looks like a fullback. He's not tall enough to be a tight end, but he looks like, remember Mike Allstott on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Just a guy who will put his helmet crown down and just run through anybody. The 2-0. Ground ball in the first baseline foul, count 2-1. Vidal on first, 2 outs. 2 runs on 2 hits for New Britain, 1 run on 4 hits for Somerset. Next half inning, we'll talk to Robin Hoyt, the executive director of the Team Campbell Foundation. There's a called strike. Count 2-2. One more ball, and Vidal, who represents the tying run at first, will be in motion. The 2-2 on this Saturday evening in the 4th. Inside on the breaking ball. Lifting his toes to get out of the way, Roller. Count 3-2. This will release Vidal, and you would presume Griffin would play behind Vidal. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Griffin does indeed play behind David. That means anything in the gaps or down the line should tie this game. Roller has raw power. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Vidal in motion, righty pitcher, lefty hitter. The payoff pitch. The runner goes, fastball away, and Roller works his 4th walk of the series. The Patriots are the most patient team in the Atlantic League. They have walked 89 more times than the next closest team. They walked 8 times last night in the 4-3 win. That's their first free pass drawn this evening. 2 on, 2 out for Josh Mazzola, who clubbed a majestic home run off the facing of the second wall beyond the billboards in left field. His first time up. Slightly open stance from the right side for Mazzola. Back in the box. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch. Fastball away. Count 1-0. Mazzola's 3 for 5 to start his Somerset tenure. Of course, with that booming home run. He had 20 home runs in 100 games in the American Association earlier this year. The 1-0 to the California native. Slider snaps in for a strike, 1-1. Last year, Mazzola led the American Association in home runs with 20 and was an all-star that year. So he's hit 20 home runs in each of the last 2 seasons. And the American Association, they only play 100 games. It's not like the Atlantic League where they play 140. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good arm action in that changeup from Mike Lee. Absolutely befuddled Mazzola. Count 1-2. Vidal's at second. Broken bat single with 2 outs. Roller worked a full count walk over at first. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset, bottom of the 4th inning, righty pitcher, righty hitter. Mike Lee yet to lose a game in 6 starts with the Bees. 3-0 record with a 3.06 ERA. The 1-2 from the lanky right-hander. Launched deep to left. Playable, though, for Golson. 3 steps back. Snares it. Inning over. Threat over. We're through 4. 2-1. New Britain leads Somerset. We're going to talk about the special gold jerseys in 90 seconds next on the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
What's better than winning Dealer Rater's Dealer of the Year award? Winning it back-to-back. That's right. Flemington Car and Truck Country is New Jersey's Dealer Rater Dealer of the Year 2 years in a row. So thank you to our customers for putting us on top again. Visit DealerRater.com to read our reviews. Over 1 million satisfied customers can't be wrong. 17 brands, 6,000 vehicles in one location. Flemington Car and Truck Country family of dealerships.
Proud to be the better way to buy.
From live sports and event streaming to creative and compelling commercial production, utilizing cutting-edge technology invented and refined over the past decade, Broadcast Venue specializes in guiding New Jersey through the digital age. Our customized, state-of-the-art mobile broadcasting unit allows for a versatile, uninterrupted broadcast to coincide with a crisp, clear picture that can be viewed on your phone, tablet, or computer. Broadcast Venue, the official broadcast provider of the Somerset Patriots.
I can tell if it gets loud. Okay. A picturesque Saturday evening from the Jewel of the Atlantic League at its TD Bank Ballpark. New Britain's doubling up Somerset 2-1. I'm Justin Answell. I'm joined by Miss Robin Hoyt, the executive director of the Team Campbell Foundation, who designed these beautiful gold jerseys that are currently being auctioned in the concourse behind home plate to benefit childhood cancer. Thanks so much for joining me, Miss Hoyt, and these jerseys look phenomenal.
Thank you very much for having us. The jerseys are great. It's nice to see gold on the field.
So tell me a little bit about the Campbell organization.
So Team Campbell Foundation was founded about almost 2 years ago in memory of our daughter who passed away after a 5-year battle with brain and spine cancer called ependymoma. Our mission is to fund research, raise awareness of childhood cancer, because until Campbell was diagnosed, I didn't think it would be our family, and also to provide fun opportunities and additional types of support to the families that are fighting, including fun outings such as evenings like this. We actually have some guests here tonight. Could be financial assistance, because we understand that co-pays and the additional gas and the additional food expense, it adds up very, very quickly.
Fastball outside, count 2-1 to James Skelton. Nobody out, nobody on, top of the 5th. New Britain leads Somerset 2-1. Right-hander Sean Garceau against the lefty Skelton, who's worked 2 walks tonight. How much money are you expecting to raise tonight with these gold jerseys? I know the fans are already flocking the concourse to bid on these beautiful gold
The table,
unis.
We've had a nice steady stream of people coming by, totally interested in the jerseys. It's kind of funny to watch to see how some people have very specific players' jerseys that they want. I definitely will, and we anticipate making several thousand like we did last year as well. They're a big hit.
Well, the key is to bid on a player who's not playing, because then the jersey would be less sweaty.
That is the one thing I keep telling people, is you get to take home the jersey that this player was wearing, so it might be kind of smelly.
Yeah, I love Jovan Gonzalez, but I don't think anybody wants his jersey. He's the catcher. Speaking of Jovan, throw down to second. He's out. James Skelton caught stealing for just the 8th time in 26 tries. The head first slide, he's out. Skelton reached base via single, was going to the first pitch, and Gonzalez nails him stealing. Maybe people do want Gonzalez's jersey after a great defensive play like that. Top of the 5th inning, 1 out, nobody on. We're talking with Miss Robin Hoyt, the executive director of the Team Campbell Foundation, who I'm sure your daughter is smiling up above and really proud of the efforts that you and your husband have done. what did it take to start an organization like this?
A group of very dedicated friends. Honestly, this was Campbell's dream in the just under 2 years where she was technically healthy. She wanted to do something like this because she wanted to help other children in particular that were in similar circumstances. So once we actually could take a deep breath, and after we had an opportunity to focus on what we wanted to do to continue her legacy, we asked 10 very, very close friends of ours if they would help us. And we were fortunate that every single one of them said, without a doubt, yes.
Now, is gold the color for pediatric cancer, or you just like the color gold?
Gold is the color for childhood cancer awareness, and September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Again, until August of 2009, I didn't know about gold. I didn't know that September was Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I certainly didn't know that every day 46 kids are diagnosed. And every day 7 kids, unfortunately, lose their battle. And we are trying to change that.
How long have you been partners, Robin, with the Somerset Patriots?
This is our 2nd year doing this. Ironically, when Campbell was healthy, she danced on the field.
Oh, the pregame dance ceremony is like 6:30 before the game.
Yep, she danced with Gotta Dance several years ago.
It's a ground ball down the first base line, just inside the bag. It rolls in the corner. Having trouble playing it, it's the right fielder, Mazzola. He lifts his hands up, signifying he got stuck in a crevice. So it looks like Golson will have to stop at second base. He went to third, but Mazzola was raising his hands, saying the ball was stuck, and the umpires will meet to determine if it was a ground rule double or if it's a triple. Good job by Golson to keep on running. Kind of tough for us to see from this vantage point. It got stuck in a crevice near the Patriots bullpen. Mazzola was raising his hands, saying the ball was stuck, therefore it would be a ground rule double. But Golson standing at third, he never stopped running. So all the umpires meet near the second base bag. Anyways, there'll be a runner in scoring position with 1 out, whether he's at second or third. I'm still Justin Antwell. You're still Robin Hoyt. The score is 2-1 in favor of New Britain in the top of the 5th inning. Somerset Patriots. It's a great family atmosphere. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. This is the perfect venue for a family event like what we're trying to do.
And the ruling on the field is that it's a triple. And the entire dugout is irate. The bullpen is befuddled for the Somerset Patriots. And Jody is out to argue again. So it looks like there'll be another conference with the umps. This is a big call because there's a huge difference between having a runner on second with 1 out and a runner on third with 1 out. If you have a runner on third and 1 out, then a run could score without the benefit of a hit. But if a runner's on second and 1 out, well, then it takes a base hit to bring that runner home. And this delay's taking so long, Garceau has to throw some warm-up pitches to Gonzalez. You a big baseball fan? I'm sure your daughter was the time she was here.
Yes, Campbell she really liked watching the Yankees, and
great
with her father, with my husband. She loved coming here because, as you mentioned, it's definitely a family environment. Lots of fun things to do. That if you're looking for an entry level without having to spend hundreds of dollars as a family of 5, this was a great way to spend an afternoon.
Oh, the mascots are fun. It's a carnival here, and I mean that in the most endearing way, where there's games for the kids and great food here. I think the staff is great. Which staff members have you been working with to get this?
Oh, Dave Merrick, I cannot say enough about him.
Our Senior Vice President of Marketing. Done a great job. Mm-hmm. Do you have the Somerset Patriots mobile app?
I'm embarrassed to say I don't, but only because I need to delete some apps on my phone. I'm running out of space. There are too many Campbell pictures. I can't delete those.
Is Campbell on social media or anything like that?
Yes, you can find Team Campbell Foundation on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram.
Well, Brett Jody is still arguing. Initially, it was ruled a ground rule double, and then Golson goes to third. It was a hit down the right field line, just inside the bag. It rolled in the corner. It looked like the ball was stuck in a crevice, so Jody thinks it should be a ground rule double. But Golson is awarded third base because he never stopped running. Jody still out arguing crew chief umpire Freddie DeJesus and Warren Nicholson, who's the first base umpire. DeJesus, the third base umpire. Then there's Silvio Martinez. Look, this is a huge call. It's a 2-1 New Britain lead in the top of the 5th inning with 1 out. and it looks like the runner will be awarded third base. Brett loses the argument. The batter is the Bees' all-time leader in home runs, Jovan Rosa. Garceau had retired 7 straight prior to this inning, but issued a leadoff single to Skelton, who was caught stealing, and then a triple down the right field line for Golson, who was also singled in this game. And he homered yesterday, so he's a double away from getting the cycle in the series. Well, Brett has to bring the infield in the top of the 5th inning with 1 out, and a runner on third. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset, top of the 5th. The pitch to Rosa, a .288 hitter, low and away, 1-0. You have any other children?
We also have 2 older daughters.
Great.
One of them is a freshman in college at this point, so she's out of town, and our middle daughter, Caroline, is here tonight. And I was trying to get her to go out on the field to do some of the fun things, and she didn't want the attention.
She didn't want it? Oh, there's so many cool promotions in between half innings here.
Her friends were begging for them.
Yeah, there's the Sparky Dash she could have done. There's that there's like a musical chairs.
And we did the pony hop.
The pony hop.
Yep.
2-0 count to Rosa, and do they just want to intentionally walk him? They do. They want to set up the double play for Cole Gardner. Now here in the Atlantic League, Robin, if you want to issue an intentional walk, you actually don't need to throw 4 pitches out of the zone. Not sure if you knew that or not. A unique kind of quirk about this league. So Rose is awarded first base. They want the double play in order, and Cole Gardner will bat. Gardner's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and this will prompt a mound visit from Corey Dommel. We're talking about the Team Campbell Foundation. That's why the Somerset Patriots are wearing these marvelous gold uniforms. How's the raffle work in the concourse? Is it a tricky tray raffle, or?
It's like a tricky tray, where it's a basket. We've got the little buckets, and we've got raffle sheets, and we're selling the tickets for $10 a sheet, or 3 sheets for $25. And people are kind of stuffing certain buckets. And I believe it's at the end of the 6th inning the raffle closes, and we'll draw the winners.
And it's a great personal touch at the end where the players and the coaches give their jerseys to the fans, and they take a picture, and they get to meet with them, and they get to sign it too. So I think it's a great touch. If you're watching on SPN.TV, I mean, look at those buckets. I mean, we're running out of tickets out there. So I think everybody's smiling ear to ear. You have a favorite player? You like everybody?
You know what? I've been to a couple of the events with the players, and John Hutton is
Big John.
He's very, very nice, very kind.
He's a gentle giant.
Yes, that's a very good description. He actually has a Team Campbell bracelet.
Men on the corners, 1 out. Mound visit from Dommel's done with. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. First pitch, fastball up and away. Count 1-0 to Cole Gardner. A .250 hitter with 6 home runs and 21 RBI. Yeah, I think Hunton wears like a 3XL, so. Men on the corners. Garceau would love a double play ball as the infield plays back. Swung on and missed in the curveball. Count 1-1. Golson at third, Rosa at first, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning, 2-1 New Britain leads. Another compelling contest. 6 games between these two teams this year have been decided by 1 run. And 12 of the 14 meetings, the games have been decided by 3 runs or fewer. The 1-1. Fastball just off the plate. Count 2-1. I'm Justin Answell talking with Robin Hoyt, the executive director of the Campbell Foundation. Your husband here, I'm sure your husband's a big baseball fan.
Yes, yep, he's a big fan. Actually, he was the one doing this interview last year.
Awesome. He probably got tired of me, so he called to the bullpen, so you had to talk to me?
He's out there using his big mouth to sell raffle tickets right now.
He's a marketer. I like it. Swung on and missed. Count 2-2. You sensing a double play here? That would be huge, Robin. Men on the corners, 1 out. It's a pitch from Garceau. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A strikeout, almost as good. 0 for 3 with 3 Ks for Cole Gardner. And this brings Michael Kraus to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a fly out to center. He's the Bees' all-time leader in RBI at 64. A .292 hitter, so rough sledding for Cole Gardner. 3 strikeouts all swinging against Garceau. This is a great league, tremendous competition out here. You ever come to a game on Sundays for the autograph sessions and the kids run the bases sessions?
We have. Yeah, they're fun.
A long set. The pitch swung and a miss, 0-1. So how much money, give me a ballpark estimate, have you raised thus far since the organization's first day?
Since the first day, so far we are at probably close to 300,000.
Wow, that's tremendous.
In like 20 months. Our goal was, honestly, our goal the first year was to pay for this game. Was to pay for our sponsorship and the jerseys, and we far surpassed that. So we had a bigger goal for this year, and we are well on our way to doing that and being able to make a difference in lots of families' lives.
That's what life's all about. 2-1 count, 2 outs, men in the corners. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset, top of the 5th inning. Yeah, everybody goes home a winner. You get a great jersey, you get to meet a player, and you donate all 100% proceeds to pediatric cancer. Ground ball down the third base line, foul. Count 2-2. So if you have a headset at the ballpark or you're watching your mobile app at the ballpark, get to the concourse. You only have about another inning to make a bid on these jerseys. It's right behind the team store. There's a huge table with the various buckets. Bid on your favorite player. Bid on a starting pitcher that's not playing, so that jersey's dry and good to go. Low and away, count 3-2. Like, I would be bidding on, like, Alexis Candelario, who's starting tomorrow, because there's no way he's going to pitch in tonight's game.
Then you get a clean jersey.
Men on the corners, 2 outs. So the runner on first will be in motion. I have no idea why Guzman's even holding him on. The 3-2, the runners go. Slider outside, he walked him. There is a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset, top of the 5th inning. And Brett Jody will take a stroll to the mound. And he is calling for the bullpen. Robin, you want to plug your organization one more time?
Please visit the Team Campbell Foundation at www.teamcampbellfoundation.org. Find us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and help us continue Campbell's legacy of love, hope, and progress for families fighting childhood cancer.
I love the gold design, continued success with the raffle, and I know your daughter's looking down and really proud of the efforts that her parents are doing.
Thank you.
That was Robin Hoyt. I'm Justin Nance. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Bees are threatening. They already lead 2-1 in the top of the 5th on the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. 2-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Jean Garceau exits after 4 2/3 innings. He ends up walking 6 in this game. 1 was intentionally, and the new pitcher, right-hander Mickey Story, inherits a bases-loaded jam. He'll face John Griffin, who's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Story is 6'1", 185-pound 30-year-old from West Palm Beach, Florida. Right-hander, numbers on the season for Story. 1-8, 31 games, 12 starts, 5.53 ERA. So thanks to Miss Robin Hoyt for joining me about the Team Campbell Foundation. She designed these gold jerseys. They look great, and you can bid on them in the concourse if you're at the ballpark. Anyways, this is a huge part of this game. Focal point of this game right now. First pitch to Griffin, low and away, 1-0. Force anywhere except home. Bases jammed, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Bees lead the Patriots 2-1. A roller coaster outing for Sean Garceau. It's up to Mickey Story to put out the fire. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0. If I'm Griffin, I take a pitch when a new pitcher comes in. Griffin, a .273 hitter, has a personal 10-game hitting streak against Pat's pitching, but 0 for 2 tonight. .273 hitter, 9 homers, 60 RBI. Fastball off the plate, count 3-0. And now Griffin will take a nap at home plate because there's no way he's swinging a 3-0 count with a new pitcher in and the base is loaded. The 3-0. Upstairs, he walked him. So Golson scores from third. Rosa goes to third. Advancing to second. Krause. Griffin gets an RBI the easy way. And that's 7 walks from Somerset pitching tonight. This is a Patriots pitching staff that has issued the fewest walks in the Atlantic League, but they've issued 7 tonight. And we're not even through 5 innings. Hopefully you did not have dinner reservations on this Saturday evening. We're approaching the 2-hour threshold. We're not halfway through this contest. Right-hander Steve Carrillo takes a called strike. And a sarcastic cheer from the crowd as the strike was thrown. Count 0-1. So that run was charged to Garceau. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-1. Swung on a miss. 88-mile-per-hour fastball to the .244 hitter, who's 0 for 2 in the night. Count 0-2. Two-strike clap picks up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-1. Beasley, the Patriots, top of the 5th. This pitch from Story way outside. Count 1-2. Story was Somerset's opening night starter. But he made 12 starts for the Patriots. His ERA was north of 7. So he had to change roles and become a reliever. And he's found his niche. The 1-2. Blooper to shallow right, backpedaling Ferris. He'll make the catch, inning over. But Story walks in a run. The Bees lead the Patriots 3-1 through 4.5 on SPN.TV and 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Are you ready for some family fun? Have a ball with everyone. It's a slam and hit. Come on and get patriotic.
The 6-time Atlantic League champion Somerset Patriots are taking the field at award-winning TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater. Enjoy professional baseball, food, giveaways, and affordable fun all summer long with the Somerset Patriots.
It's slam and hit. Come on, get patriotic.
If your child is facing a special health challenge, from chronic illness or autism to spinal cord injuries or developmental delays, it can feel like a long road ahead. But Children's Specialized Hospital is with you for every step, with the nation's most advanced care in multiple locations. And we bring your whole family by our side, adding your expertise to ours. Because working together, we can bring children further than you've ever imagined.
Children's Specialized Hospital.
Troon Associates, the sponsor of the lawn seating here at the ballpark. At Troon Associates, you'll find more than a wide variety of competitive insurance products. You'll find people understand your needs. Troon Associates is a team of licensed professionals who care about their clients. The Somerset County Education Association supports the outstanding public school employees that make your child's education possible. Let's pause for 10 seconds. Station identification, the Somerset Patriots Baseball Radio Network. 3-1, New Britain leads Somerset, bottom of the 5th inning. I'm Justin Answell from the Fullerton.com press box. Mike Lean needs to get through this frame to be eligible for his 4th win in 7 starts since signing with the Bees. First pitch from the right-hander called a strike. Count 0-1. Guzman, Gonzalez, Kelly due up, lower third of the order. They're 0 for 3. And the home plate umpire, Silvio Martinez, stares in to the music man, Tom McCarthy. All Tom McCarthy was doing was playing It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday, because it is. It just happened to be in the middle of the bat. That agitated the home plate umpire, so he stared down the music man. First pitch called a strike, count 0-2. It was just a quick excerpt from the song from Billy Joel, but Silvio Martinez did not like that. Ground ball, oh, beautiful, in between hop, picked by Griffin, flipped to first, 1 away. Backhand pick from Griffin on the in-between hop off the lip of the grass. The 6'6" first baseman gloved it and led the lead to the bag. 3-1 if you're scoring at home. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, 3-1, New Britain leads Somerset. The Bees have scored runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 5th innings on an RBI single from Krause, RBI single from Golson, and a bases-loaded walk to Griffin, respectively. Somerset's lone run, a home run from Mazzola in the 2nd, his first career Atlantic League home run in just his 2nd start with the Patriots. But look, if you've been paying attention since the start, you feel like the Bees should be up a touchdown. Only up a couple runs. Good damage control for the Somerset Patriots. And Garceau and Story. Right-hander Jovan Gonzalez grounded out to short his first time up. First pitch was a ball. Next pitch called a strike. Count 1-1. Mike Lee's a former 8th-round pick by the Red Sox in 2008 out of Oklahoma City Community College. 29 years old, 6'7". Line drive down the right field line, drops foul. 3 feet wide of the chalk. A loud strike from Gonzalez, count 1-2. Gonzalez has cemented himself as the everyday catcher. And there's 4 great catchers in this team, and Crowell, Kearns, and Vidal. Now, Vidal still, of course, plays, but he hasn't played catcher in about 6 weeks. He's just such a valuable offensive threat. You can't afford to have him catch and take a foul ball off the fingertip. Reaching for the changeup and swinging and missing Gonzalez, 2 outs. Scott Kelly grounded out to third his first time up. Well, the Patriots were in an offensive malaise until the 8th inning last night. And it's about this time of the game, the 2nd, 3rd time for the batting order, where they start making their adjustments. Kelly, a .272 hitter with a homer and 29 RBI. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. First pitch, low and away, count 1-0. Let's take a look at some other Atlantic League scores. Haven't done that this evening. Full slate of activity going on in the Atlantic League. Bridgeport topping Lancaster 4-3 at Clipper Magazine Stadium in the 6th. Skeeters blanking the Crabs 4-0 in the 8th in Waldorf. Ducks doubling up the Revs 4-2. A one-hopper back to the 6'7" pitcher. Fires a strike to first, inning over. 5 in the books from TD Bank Ballpark, an official ball game. Grounds crew will rake the field as the Bees lead the Patriots 3-1 heading to the 6th on SPN.TV and 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Exterior some love with a beautiful home makeover. Save Show your exterior some love with a beautiful home makeover. Save 15% on roofing and siding today.
I'm what you call a clinical trial patient.
This is the bridge that connects the Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital to the Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. It's how we link 4 hospitals to hundreds of cancer specialists, and where precision medicine, genomics, and clinical trials come together every day to bridge the gap between cancer and a cure.
Last chance, more like fighting chance.
Robert Wood Johnson Health System, leading the way to health.
For 106 years, Carrier has offered specialized services to care for individuals suffering from psychiatric and addictive disorders. So visit www.carrierclinic.org. Thomas S. Pilardo Roofing, LLC, is your local roofing experts proudly serving Somerset County. Call them at 732-560-8311. Top of the 6th inning, 3-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Capacity crowd on hand at TD Bank Ballpark. Fans are eager for Somerset's 42nd come-from-behind win and post-game fireworks. First pitch from Mickey Story to the right-hander Hewitt. Called a strike. Count 0-1. Story walked Griffin with the bases loaded in relief of Garceau, then induced a pop-up from Carrillo to end the threat. Hook swung on and missed. Count 0-2. So 8-9-1 in the order, due up for the Bees, leading 3-1. Somerset pitching has walked 7 Bees batters this evening. This is a night after Bees pitchers walked 8 Somerset hitters. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. 1 out. Hopefully all the youngsters enjoyed their first week of school. Hard to believe it's September. Just in terms of the weather, it's 88 degrees and humid. McGuigan's 0 for 2. Fastball in for a called strike, count 0-1. Nobody warming up in the Somerset Patriots bullpen. This is Story's inning. Obviously, he can give you a couple. He used to be a starter. Ground ball to short, 2-hopper to Kelly. Engulfs it, throw to first, 2 outs. McGuigan's 0 for 3. The lineup flips over for Skelton, who has 2 walks and a single. Reach base all 3 times. Sparky and Slider, our mascots, are hyping everybody up on top of the dugouts. I guess they want to do the wave. They're trying for the wave. Righty pitcher, lefty hitter. Skelton batting .262, 10 homers, 39 RBI. He has 4 home runs against Somerset pitching. He had 1 home run all of last year. The 1-0. Curveball in for a called strike, count 1-1. But Somerset and James mutually agreed to part ways at the end of the year. Skelton wanted to be assured playing time, and New Britain has given him that luxury. The 1-1. Off the end of the bat, shallow fly ball into center field, and Zerillo plays on a hop. James Skelton, 2 for 2 with 2 walks. What a night for the Catalyst. Greg Golson has singled and tripled. Also struck out. Skelton was caught stealing in the 5th inning. We'll see if he wants to go again. If you get caught, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have Golson lead off the 7th. We're in the top of the 6th. New Britain leading Somerset 3-1. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. And if you make it safely to second, well, then you're in scoring position for Golson. Called a strike, count 0-1. Golson batting .291 from Austin, Texas. Former big leaguer with the Rangers, Yankees, and Phillies. The 0-1. Jammed him off the end of the bat, foul. Count 0-2. Two-strike clap will pick up. Top of the 6th inning. Bees clinging to a 2-run lead. Mickey Story, the former big leaguer with the Astros and Blue Jays, on the hill. The 0-2. Slider low and away. Count 1-2. This is a Bees team that has struck out the second most times in the Atlantic League. They've struck out 6 times tonight through 5 2/3 innings. The 1-2. Liner over the outstretched glove of Scott Kelly, who leaped in the air into left field for a base hit. Over the shortstop's head. 2 on, 2 out. 2-run lead for the Bees in the top of the 6th. The batter's Jovan Rosas, 0 for 1, with an intentional walk and then a regular walk. All 3 of the Bees' runs have been with 2 outs. Two on, 2 out. For Rose, who's having a career year. Career high in batting average at 288, career high in home runs at 12. Big righty from Puerto Rico. The 29-year-old takes a fastball away, 1-0. Rosa is the only player in the Atlantic League to have played in every single game. This is his 132nd game played. He's the Cal Ripken of the Atlantic League. Fastball upstairs, count 2-0. And, you know, baseball, we're in an era where, you know, you got to give guys days off like once a week. You know, you just don't see any of those kind of games played streaks anymore. Upstairs, count 3-0. Really, in any sport. I mean, Eli Manning has done it for over a decade with the Giants. Other than that, that's about it. Fly ball in the infield. On that 3-0 pitch, they green-lighted him, and Rosa pops it up to Kelly. Patriots get a break that he was swinging on 3-0, and he pops it up to short. We're through 5.5 on ESPN.TV. 3-1, Bees lead the Patriots. The new talk radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Welcome to the brand new Somerset Patriots app. What is an app? Everything Somerset Patriots, all at your fingertips. The Patriots My Rewards program. Download this free app today at the Apple Store or Google Play. I might not know what an app is, but this one is really fun.
This is Jersey. Things happen here. A club in Asbury Park became part of rock history. A writer from Princeton penned a story so gripping, it became an American classic. A girl from South Jersey took on the world and won soccer's greatest prize. And every week, millions of winning lottery tickets make people's day and change people's lives. Believe it, anything can happen in Jersey.
Download the Somerset Patriots mobile app right now, available in the Apple App Store or Google Play. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The Tea Tree Experience is something you need to try. Ask your Supercut stylist for the Tea Tree Experience today. Find a location near you at supercuts.com. Getting his cuts in to start the home half of the sixth. It's Catalyst Vinny Zerillo. The New Britain Bees lead the Somerset Patriots by a score of 3-1. Mike Lee remains in the mound for his sixth inning of work. Third time through the batting order for the Somerset Patriots. This is when they do damage. Somerset has scored the most runs in the Atlantic League, drawn the most walks, stolen the most bases. But the offense has been silent tonight, sans the Mazzola home run. Zerillo 1 for 2 with a caught stealing. 290 hitter. The Rutgers University product. Rutgers earlier notched their first win in the Chris Ash era, scoring 52 unanswered points against Howard. Curveball inside, count 1-0. The 1-0. Foul tipped into the middle of Skelton. Count 1-1. Nobody out, nobody on, bottom of the sixth. 3-1, New Britain leads Somerset. A long set from Lee. Fastball inside. Count 2-1. On deck, it's Eggleston, who homered last night. The 2-1 from Lee. Low and in, count 3-1. Jody loves Zerillo as his leadoff hitter. Yes, he works the count, sees lots of pitches, he hits 290, but his on-base percentage, 380. 90 points higher than his batting average. The 3-1, outside on the fastball, 91 miles per hour. He walks the lefty. The second walk issued from Lee. 79 pitches for Mike Lee through 5+ innings. No activity in the Bees bullpen down the left field line. Eggleston has struck out and singled to left. That single extended his on-base streak to 43 consecutive games. That's a 2016 Atlantic League high. Called a strike, count 0-1. I've sifted through Atlantic League record books. We've reached out to the Elias Sports Bureau. Don't know the league record for consecutive games reaching base streak. Throw over to check on Zerillo. In the Somerset archives, they only have longest hitting streak in franchise history. They don't have longest on-base streak. But it'd be hard for me to think that somebody else has a better on-base streak. Ground ball to second base, smothered by the second baseman, ranging to his left, has one play, throw to first, one out. Good job by McGuigan just to knock that ball down. Zerillo advanced to the second. There's one out with a runner on second. And it looks like the Bees athletic trainer sees something wrong with Jake McGuigan. McGuigan dove on his stomach, ranging to his left to smother the baseball from his back knee through to first. And the athletic trainer says everything's good, but Stan Clyburn says no, there's something wrong. Looks like Stan Clyburn wants to be an athletic trainer. I'm not sure how they saw that. They're massaging his right calf. I don't know how they would have noticed that. It seems like Stan Clyburn, the manager, is more concerned than the trainer, which is odd. Anyways, the talk's over. Guess they thought it was a right calf injury to McGuigan as he ranged to his left, but he stays in the game. It is a hot, humid day. Maybe it's just cramps. Have to stay hydrated. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1-out runner on second. Eric Ferris, 0 for 2, a ground out to second and a ground out to short that resulted in a double play. Zerillo on second, 1 out. Ferris, a .298 hitter, trying to hit safely in 19 of his last 21 games if he gets a hit here. The pitch from the right-hander, Mike Lee. Called a strike, going 1. It really is amazing what a change of scenery can do for somebody. Mike Lee, in 11 starts with Lancaster, was 4-5 with a 5.18 ERA. In 6 starts with New Britain, he's 3-0 with a 3.06 ERA. The 0-1. Lined into the netting behind home plate, 0-2. A different environment helps. Maybe a different battery mate helps. Different pitching coach. It's a variety of factors, a slew of factors. But he's pitched and looked a lot more comfortable than when Somerset saw him on Lancaster. The 0-2 was Zerillo off second. The pitch to Ferris, the most underrated Patriot. Ground ball to third, glove by Rosa. Toss across the diamond, 2 outs. Zerillo stays put at second. It's a chance for David Vidal to tie this game with 1 swing of the bat. The right-hander leads the league in home runs at 24. .321 batting average, 59 RBI. He has popped up to first, tallied a broken bat single to left. (3-1) New Britain leads, bottom of the 6th inning, 2 outs, runner on second. Long set for Lee. Here's the first pitch. Cranked down the right field line opposite way. Foul count, 0-1. Vidal has a violent leg kick. A tenacious swing. Having a career year. His previous career high in home runs was 20. That was done in 2011 when he was in A-ball with the Reds 5 years ago. Amassed 24 this year. Still a week and a half to go in the season. He's homered twice this homestand. Low and away, count 1-1. This year he's played catcher, first base, second base, third base. He'll turn 27 next month. 2 outs, Somerset down by 2, tying run of the plate for their slugger. And time is called. I'm not sure who called time. Maybe it was James Skelton. But even if you don't hit a homer here, a single makes it a 3-2 score, and you're feeling good about yourself. But I know personally David is thinking about a 2-run home run. The 1-1. Outside, count 2-1. Vidal went in a bit of a power drought. He went 17 days without a home run towards the tail end of August. But had a multi-homer game on Labor Day night in that 7-6 12-inning win. The 2-1. Outside, count 3-1. You have first base open. You could put Vidal on, but then you got to deal with Roller, who's on deck. And you're forced to face him. Well, Vidal has to look for a pitch to drive. A hitter's count, 3-1. Runner on second, 2 outs. Bees lead the Patriots 3-1, bottom of the 6th. The 3-1 up and away, and Vidal walks. And he gently tosses his bat to the ball boy. That, to me, was an unintentional, intentional walk. And Jason Blannon, the North Carolina native, will have some words with his starting pitcher, Mike Lee. "89 pitches for Lee. Two on, two out, bottom of the sixth inning, 3-1. New Britain leads Somerset. Kyle Roller can give Somerset the lead with one swing of the bat. .299 hitter, 9 home runs, 33 RBI. He has 4 walks in the series. First pitch, slider inside, 1-0. The 1-0 to Roller. 57-footer in the dirt, smothered by Skelton. Count 2-0. Now there's a right-hander warming up in the Bees' pen. Well, this game has had a lot of walks in it. Seven walks issued by Somerset, 3 walks issued by New Britain. 10 walks total in this game. The 2-0. Upstairs, 3-0. I give him the green light. Look, Kyle Roller's on this team to drive in runs and hit home runs. That's why he's here. 3-1, New Britain leads Somerset, bottom of the sixth, 2 outs, 2 on. 3-0 count, I'm swinging. The 3-0, oh, he takes all the way for a call and strike count, 3-1. I mean, I understand Mazzola has pop on deck. Roller 5 home runs his last 13 games. Go ahead, run of the plate. Bottom of the sixth. The 3-1. Upstairs and Roller walks. About 5 walks in the series for Kyle Roller. In 7 plate appearances. And Stan Clyburn has seen enough. Bases loaded, 2 outs. He knows that Lee's already surrendered a home run to Mazzola, and they'll bring in a right-hander. Bases juice, bottom 6, 2 outs. We have some drama. Mazzola at the plate will step aside for 60 seconds on the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com. 3-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2 outs, bases loaded for right-hander Eric Fornatero, 6'2", 230-pounder. He inherits the bases loaded. Great crowd on hand of 6,771. Fireworks after the game. Josh Mazzola at the plate. Numbers for Fornatero. 1-1, 14 games, 4.26 ERA. Struck out 9, walked 5, only giving up 1 home run in 19 innings of work. Opponents hitting .308. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Mazzola's 1 for 2, a fly out to left, and a home run. He's 3 for 6 in his 2 starts for the Somerset Patriots. Played third base Wednesday night, starting in right field this evening. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Zarillo, Eggleston, Roller at third, second, first, respectively. They all reach via walk. All are Mike Lee's responsibility. First pitch to Mazzola. Change up. Belt high for a strike. Count 0-1. Mazzola was acquired in a trade on Wednesday from the American Association for future considerations. This potent lineup gets more lethal. The 0-1. Hit to deep left field. Back goes Golson at the warning track. At the wall. Makes the catch with his back against the wall. Mazzola just missed. Clubbing a go-ahead grand slam that would have sent 6,771 fans in a frenzy. But instead, we are going to the 7th inning. 2/3 of the way through this contest. 3-1. The Bees lead the Patriots on the New Talk Radio 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
To their gold jersey. You can stop at the team store and purchase that exact hat tonight at the Wall of Hats. Jon Snow is manning the Wall of Hats tonight, but you can pick up the red performance fabric hat that the Patriot players are wearing tonight at the team store. This Patriot pitching team brought to you by Provident Bank. Now pitching number 12, Tyler.
3-1, New Britain leads Somerset through 6 innings of play in the middle game of this 3-game weekend set at TD Bank Ballpark. I'm Justin Antwell. Somerset has won 5 games in a row, but that winning streak in jeopardy. Jody wants to keep the deficit at 2. He'll bring in his 7th inning man all year, 6'4", 225-pound, 31-year-old from Mesa, Arizona, Kyler Newby. 1-1 record, 50 games, 2.03 ERA, just 34 hits allowed in 48 2/3 innings pitched, 61 strikeouts, 10 walks, opponents hitting an even 200 against Newby. Last year, Kyler Newby had an ERA of 4.46. This year, 2.03. 2.5 runs better. Foul behind home plate, count 0-1 on the first pitch from Cole Gardner, who's trying to avoid the golden sombrero. If Eric Ferris is the most underrated position player in the Somerset Patriots, Kyler Newby is the most underrated pitcher. And maybe Kyler Newby is the most underrated player in the league. Fastball away, count 1-1. His first year with Somerset in 2014, he lasted 3 weeks, and then the Angels picked him up, and he finished the year in AAA Salt Lake City. Changeup swung on and missed, count 1-2. He has a devastating changeup, a filthy splitter, a wipeout slider, and he'll throw his fastball every now and then. It tops that at 93 miles per hour to keep you honest. The 1-2. There's the fastball driven in the third base line. Foul. Jumping out of the way at Stan Clyburn. Garner's a .248 hitter. But I asked Newby, I said, what happened last year? Why were you not one of the key guys in that bullpen? Because if you recall, last year they would go to Kerrigan and Bo Shears before they went to Newby. And he said last year he was all about throwing the baseball hard. Fastball away, 2-2. He thought the velocity meant everything. So every time he pitched, he was trying to throw the ball 98 miles per hour because he thought that that's what scouts cared about. And then this year, Brett Jody set him down and said, hey, slider off the plate, count 3-2. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be yourself. Be Kyler Newby. Be that guy with that great splitter and that great slider. Everything happens for a reason. Your time will come. You'll get back to a major league organization and get back to the big leagues where you certainly belong. The 3-2, slider away. Did he offer? No, he did not. Just the 11th walk issued by Newby all year in 51 appearances. And Newby just had to be himself. And this bullpen, I mean, if you have the lead after 5 innings, you go to Delatorre for the 6th, Newby for the 7th, Miller for the 8th, and Hunton for the 9th. What an amazing foursome that is. This ball was whiffed on the bunt attempt. Snap thrown to first. Garner gets back in time. Bees playing for an insurance run. New Britain leads Somerset 3-1, top of the 7th. Runner on first, nobody out. Kraus 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. The 0-1. Fastball up and away, 1-1. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Efrain Nieves. Jeremy Bleich, his last day will be on Tuesday, and then he'll go to Brooklyn for the World Baseball Classic qualifying rounds to represent Team Israel. So would they have Nieves pitch in the bullpen? That's a slider that's yanked to the backstop. And scooting to second goes Gardner. There's plenty of toys for Dommel and Jody to play with in terms of pitchers. I don't see Somerset making any more moves. And they obviously could if they want to. But unless somebody gets drastically injured and they have to make a move, I don't see I don't see any moves to be made. Swung on a miss, 2-2. And there's no weak spots in this team. It's all up to this team to perform. Runner on second, nobody out. 3-1, New Britain leads Somerset. The 2-2. Fastball. Oh, where did that miss, Silvio Martinez? Count 3-2. I guess that was outside. Newby has allowed 1 run since June 30th. It's currently September 9th. The 3-2. Dribbler down the first base line, foul. We'll do it again. Runner on second, nobody out. York defeated Long Island 6-5. That's the only final in the Atlantic League. Lancaster did take the lead on Bridgeport. That is good news for Somerset. but it'd be nice if they held up to their end. Ground ball through the right side for a base hit. Clyburn will hold up. Gardner at third. Men on the corners, nobody out. Well, we saw this from Kyler Newby on Monday. Had a situation where there were second and third, nobody out. Induced strikeouts from Zawadzki and Dominguez, and then a ground out from Limonta. And then an emphatic fist pump from Kyler Newby. Same sort of predicament with men in the corners and nobody out. John Griffin's 0 for 2 with a bases loaded walk. That brought home the third run for the Bees. It's currently a 3-1 New Britain lead in the top of the seventh. Griffin, a .273 hitter with 9 homers and 61 RBI. Griffin is a Patriot nemesis. Hits .404 against Pats pitching with 11 RBI. A 10-game personal hitting streak against the Patriots. He's 6'6", bats right-handed. Fastball away, 1-0. Newby has thrown more balls than strikes. 7 strikes, 8 balls. Men on the corners, nobody out. The 1-0. Kraus steals second without a throw. In there standing up. That's his league-leading 57th stolen base. So now it's an identical situation that Newby was in a few days ago with runners on second and third and nobody out. Infield comes in. The 1-1. Swung on and missed, 1-2. And if there's somebody you can strike out, it's definitely John Griffin. Griffin has the third most strikeouts in the Atlantic League at 131. Only Travis Witherspoon and Anthony Vega have fanned more times. The 1-2. Hit to deep center field. Playable for Zerillo. He makes the catch. Both runners tag, and both runners move up 90 feet. A run scores. Just the second run surrendered by Kyler Newby since June 30th. It's a 4-1 Bees lead in the seventh. So Gardner scores, Kraus to third, infield remains in. Griffin's second RBI of the night. Carrillo's 0 for 3. Well, the Patriots have the Bees right where they want them. The Patriots are down 3 runs. Somerset overcame a 3-run deficit Monday, overcame a 3-run deficit Tuesday, overcame a 3-run deficit Wednesday, and overcame a 3-run deficit last night. So if they win this game, it will be their 5th straight win where they were down by 3 and rally back. And on Sunday when they won, they were down by 2. The 1-1. Outside count, 2-1. It shows you how bad these managers want these games. I mean, they're pitching Kyler Newby in the 7th inning when they're losing. Stan Clyburn went to his closer for a 6-out save last night. And Gil Blair blew it, the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Count 2-2 to Carrillo, a .243 hitter. These are important games. I mean, they're probably more important for New Britain than they are for Somerset. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Huge strikeout, keeps the runner at third. 2 outs. Anthony Hewitt's 0 for 2 with a walk. He has struck out once. But if the Bees lose this game, they'd be 5 back with 8 to play. Obviously, the wild card still within reach for New Britain. Swing and a miss. Count 0-1. But those 3 games against Bridgeport, those will be fascinating. And the Fish have not been this competitive since 2010. The 0-1. Fastball away, 1-1. Now, there's surprises in the league this year. Usually it's always, okay, Somerset won the first half, well, Long Island will coast in the second half, or vice versa. But you have an expansion franchise playing above 500 baseball, well within contention. And the Fighting Fish, led by first-year skipper Louis Rodriguez. They put the ball in play. They've struck at the fewest times in the league. Slider swung on a miss, count 1-2. And when you put the ball in play, good things usually happen. It puts pressure on the opposition. Well, if Kyler Newby only gives up 1 run with second and third, nobody out, I'm sure you would have taken it. It's a 4-1 Bees lead in the 7, 2 outs. Runner on third, infield back, the 1-2 to the right-hander. Ground ball down the first baseline, fielded by Newby. He tosses it to Guzman, inning over. But Newby gives up just his 2nd run since June 30th. Get up and stretch your extremities. 4-1, New Britain leads Somerset on SPN.TV and 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Nothing is more important than your child's education. The Somerset County Education Association represents the public school employees that make your child's education possible. This includes more than 7,000 teachers, paraprofessionals, bus drivers, nurses, custodians, secretaries, and other outstanding education support professionals. Visit www.sceanj.org for more information. Together, we can prepare our children for the future.
I'm what you call a clinical trial patient.
This is the bridge that connects the Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital to the Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. It's how we link 4 hospitals to hundreds of cancer specialists, and where precision medicine, genomics, and clinical trials come together every day to bridge the gap between cancer and a cure.
Last chance, more like fighting chance.
Robert Wood Johnson Health System, leading the way to health.
Shopping for a new car? Hit a home run with all the great deals available now at your Tri-State Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Somerset Patriots baseball. Get the guys from Ideacom on your team by calling them today at 973-857-4440. It's one call that'll save you money. Fans have flocked the concourse to the Cotton Eye Joe. I see Jesse, Johnny, Nick, Alex, and his cast of friends. Good job, everybody. Cotton Eye Joe, one of the staples here at TD Bank Ballpark. And look at the teamwork. If you're watching on SPN.TV, the hugs and hand-pounds. Yes. And what do you do? Why are they leaving the game? This is a good game. And some fans are leaving. We have fireworks coming up, too. You should know the Patriots are never out of a game. They have 41 come-from-behind wins. They trail 4-1, bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch to Guzman, called a strike, count 0-1 for Natero. Wiggle out of a bases-loaded jam. Last inning. Mazzola flew out to the warning track. Just missed a go-ahead grand slam. So Guzman, Gonzalez, Kelly do up. 4-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Bottom of the 7th inning. I'm Justin Antwell. The 1-1. Bouncer to first, fielded by Griffin, tossed to Fornatero, 1 out. Guzman has 3 groundouts to first. And Gonzalez bats, he's 0 for 2. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll be on the air at 1 o'clock, 1:05 first pitch. Alexis Candelario toes the rubber against a pitcher to be determined for the New Britain Bees, most likely Nathaniel Rowe, the Rutgers grad. 4-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Bottom of the 7th inning, 1 out, nobody on. Fastball upstairs, count 1-0. There have been 12 walks issued in this game. Up and away, count 2-0. 8 from Somerset staff, 4 from New Britain staff. This game's important. Nobody's giving away at bats. The 2-0 to Gonzalez. Fastball, bell tie, strike, count 2-1. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1. If you're Somerset, you're thinking, hey, let's get a run here in the 7th, a run here in the 8th, a run in the 9th. You have an opportunity. The 3-1. Scraper down the right field line. Foul. Count 3-2. So York defeated Long Island by a score of 6-5. Sugar Land tops Southern Maryland 5-2. And Lancaster is leading Bridgeport 5-4 in the top of the 9th inning. The Bridgeport Bluefish are batting. Lancaster's the home team. All-star Corey Burns, 3 outs away from notching the save. That would be beneficial for Somerset, because even if Somerset loses this game and Bridgeport loses as well, the 3-2 to Gonzalez, foul behind home plate, Somerset would be 3 up on both New Britain and Bridgeport with 8 to go. It's still a little too early to think about the magic number, for me at least. Especially since there's 2 teams breathing down your neck. The 3-2, foul behind home plate. And you play those teams. That's it. The rest of the year, Somerset only plays the teams that are chasing him, Bridgeport and New Britain. Meanwhile, for New Britain, their next series is against Lancaster. No, excuse me, against Southern Maryland. Check that. They're at Southern Maryland for 3 next week. They just finished with Lancaster. The 3-2 to Gonzalez. Another foul ball. Somerset does not have a hit since the 4th inning. We're in the 7th inning. There are 4 hits in this game. A hit from Zerillo, Eggleston, and Vidal. Those were singles. And, of course, the home run from Mazzola, which is accounted for the lone run. Bottom 7, 4-1. New Britain leads Somerset. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch from the righty to the righty. The 3-2. It's grounded through the right side for a base hit. The 8-pitch battle won by Jovan Gonzalez, and the tying run creeps in the on-deck circle. Scott Kelly's 0 for 2. Wonder if Kelly thinks about a push bunt here. He's one of the premier bunters in the Atlantic League, if not the best bunter. And that game has gone final in Lancaster. Bridgeport has lost 5-4. So that bodes well for both New Britain and Somerset. So worst case scenario, Somerset would be 3 up with 8 to play if they lose tonight. If Somerset wins tonight, they'd be 4 up with 8 to play. Fastball away, count 1-0. Kelly, a .270 hitter with a home run and 29 RBI. The 1-0. Curveball loops in for a called strike, sticks across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. On deck, it's Zerillo. Zerillo has 2 home runs in his career. They've both been 3-run home runs. So if Kelly gets on, you'd feel good about Zerillo going yard. The 1-1. Ground ball to second. Instead, this might be an inning-ending double play. 4-6-3 DP. 7th double play hit into by Scott Kelly this year. 7 in the books from TD Bank Ballpark. 4-1, New Britain leads Somerset. To the 8th we go on SPN.TV and 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Check your mailbox. You could find money in it. Money Mailer could be in your mailbox right now. You will find great offers from local area businesses you know and trust, including the Somerset Patriots. You can also find all of these offers and many more at moneymailer.com or on our new convenient Money Mailer app for Android and iPhone users. So start saving money now and look for your Money Mailer envelope, which might be in your mailbox today.
HealthQuest is the official sponsor of the Somerset Patriots. Fitness, sports, family, wellness, and community. PNC is proud to support the Somerset Patriots. Stop by your local PNC branch or visit us at pnc.com to see how we can help you achieve. PNC for the achiever in you. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC. Through 7 innings from gorgeous TD Bank Ballpark, the penultimate regular season game of the year in central New Jersey, the New Britain Bees hold a 4-1 lead over the Somerset Patriots. New Britain trying to force a rubber match tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. All-star lefty Mike Thomas toes the rubber. The Baltimore native, who's 27 years old, will face the 9-1-2 hitters in the Bees order. Try and keep the deficit at 3. Thomas, one of 5 All-Star representatives for the Somerset Patriots. 5-1 record, 52 games, 2.66 ERA, 43 strikeouts, 19 walks. Opponents hitting .246 against the 6'2", 295-pounder. 1-0 count to McGuigan. The 25-year-old from Harvard takes a fastball up, count 2-0. McGuigan's 0 for 3, 2 groundouts and a flyout. Will we have deja vu all over again? It was Somerset that trailed by 3 heading into the bottom of the 8th inning last night. Played at 4. Hunton notched the save. Everybody went home happy as Somerset secured its 5th straight win. First, it's up to Thomas to throw a scoreless 8th. The 3-0, though. The pitch. Low and in, and Thomas walked him. And there's a lot of pressure on Mike Thomas. Jeremy Bleich's final day with the Patriots is Tuesday. And Bleich is an outstanding lefty. But Bleich has pledged his commitment to Team Israel for the World Baseball Classic qualifying rounds, which are in Brooklyn at the Brooklyn Cyclone Stadium, the single-A affiliate of the New York Mets. Maybe Tim Tebow's future home. So that leaves one less lefty in the bullpen. Brandon Sisk, 3 weeks ago, had his contract purchased by the Seattle Mariners organization. Yes, they did bring in Efrain Nieves, but there's no guarantee that Efrain Nieves is used as a reliever. He might be a starter. You know, he was superb as a starting pitcher. Fastball upstairs, count 1-1. So if you use Nieves as a starter, The only other lefty in the rotation is Nick Turley, and he is not getting bumped to the bullpen. So that means you would have a righty go to the bullpen, whoever it would be. That's what Jody and Dom will decide. And that means the only lefty in the bullpen would be Mike Thomas, unless Somerset makes another move. But I just don't see the room to make another move. You can't just stockpile players. You have to make corresponding moves. 1-2 to Skelton. And I think Thomas is more than capable of handling that responsibility. Low and away, 2-2. He was an all-star. He's only yielded 2 home runs all year. He's a AAA guy. The 2-2. Ground ball through the right side for a base hit. McGuigan thought about going first to third, pumps the brakes at second. 2 on, nobody out. What a night for Skelton. 3 for 3 with 2 walks. Talk about bumping your OBP up. Nobody warming up in the Somerset bullpen. Thomas has to work out of his own mess. Brett and Jody have not decided what they want to do with Efrain Nieves. That's a huge wild card. Two on, nobody out. Would Golston think about bunting? He squares, pulls back, fastball away, 1-0. Uncharacteristic command issues. If you're watching on ESPN.TV, we have spotlighted Efrain Nieves, who's talking with Candelario and Mateo. The 1-0. Upstairs, count 2-0. And Thomas is having a hard time throwing strikes. 8 of his 11 pitches have been out of the zone here in the top of the 8th inning. His team's trailing by 3. You can't let this deficit grow any larger. Golson has 2 singles and a triple plus a strikeout. 293 hitter, bats right-handed. The 2-0 from the Rider University product. Fastball swung on and missed. Count 2-1. No bunt there. Let's see what Stan Clyburn puts on the 2-1. He squares and he bunts this one foul at home plate. Hits him in the batter's box. Count 2-2. So with 2 strikes, you take the bunt off and you let Golston swing away. And when you do have runners on first and second and nobody out, and you're called upon to bunt, you want to bunt the ball on the third base line. You want to make sure the third baseman comes in and charges that baseball. Because if the third baseman stays put at third, well, then the catcher or the pitcher or even the first baseman could throw across the diamond and get that force out at third, and that would nullify the bunt. The 2-2, he swings away and dribbles it foul behind home plate. An emergency hack to stay alive. If you're just joining us, the Patriots are wearing special gold uniforms designed by the Team Campbell Foundation. It's a foundation that raises money and awareness for pediatric cancer. The raffle has ended in the concourse in front of the team store, which is behind the home plate area. Fans have been notified what jerseys they've won, and they'll get those jerseys after the game. The 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. Let's pause for 10 seconds. Station identification on the Somerset Patriots Baseball Radio Network.
Third baseman, Jovan Rosa.
2 on, 1 out for the Bees' all-time leader in home runs, Jovan Rosa. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and an intentional walk. A .287 hitter with 12 homers and 58 RBI. First pitch to the right-hander. Called a strike, count 0-1. Rosa leads the Atlantic League and double plays it into with 21. Mike Thomas looking for number 22. The 0-1 swung on and missed, count 0-2. Four runs on 8 hits for New Britain, 1 run on 5 hits for Somerset. The pitch from Thomas is made, and it's squibbed into shallow right field. Backpedaling is Ferris, and Guzman, it drops between them. They throw to second for 1, on to third. Do they get the double play? No, they don't. Was that done on purpose or what? Fans are booing. I mean, was the infield fly rule called? That was an interesting play. It was a pop-up in the infield, a little squibber. Like, it was not a sky-high pop. And it drops between Ferris and Guzman. Guzman picks it up, throws to second for the force out, and then Kelly at second base throws to third. Now that's a tag play. It's not a force. They try to tag McGuigan, and McGuigan gets in there. Jody's out to argue. So if you're scoring at home, it goes down as a 3-6 fielder's choice. I'm not sure if Guzman dropped that on purpose because he thought he could get the unconventional double play. You know, it wasn't in the air long enough for the infield fly rule to be called. You know, Guzman usually plays third base or right field. He's not usually playing first base, but they want to give LaHare an off day and keep Roller at DH. So maybe it was miscommunication between Ferris and Guzman. Nonetheless, it's ruled a 3-6 fielder's choice. An unconventional play. McGuigan to third, out at second. Skelton safe at first on the fielder's choice, Rosa. Cole Garner's no contact night here. He is 0 for 3 with a walk, and there is something wrong with the home plate umpire, Silvio Martinez. Now, is this dehydration? You know, I don't remember him taking a foul ball to the mask or anything. This has been a really long game. I mean, there have been 12 walks in this game, or actually now 13 walks in this game if you include the one to McGuigan. I wonder if it's hydration issues. He looks a bit exhausted. And trainer Ryan McMahon is out to check on the home plate ump. They're going to bring him a cup of water. There we go. So the bat boy brings him a cup of water. I just think it's dehydration here. Now, that would be a long delay if he has to leave this game. Then one of the umpires would have to put on the gear, and then we'd only be working with 2 umpires. But I think this is just exhaustion. It is 88 degrees and humid. It's been a 3-hour-plus game, a lot of stressful pitches. And I wonder if Martinez just lightheaded and a bit tired. Will he stay in the game or not? Crew chief umpire is Freddie DeJesus. And Silvio will stay in the game. He just needed a quick breather. 4-1, New Britain leads Somerset. Top of the 8th inning, 2 outs, men on the corners. Cole Garner will now bat. He's a .248 hitter with 6 homers and 21 RBI. Lefty pitcher, righty hitter. Curveball low and in, count 1-0. The 1-0 from Thomas. Low and away, 2-0. 13 walks already in this game, combined from both teams. Men in the corners, 2 outs. Somerset down by 3 in the 8th. Have to stop the bleeding. The pitch to the right-hander. Fly to the left center. Zerillo underneath it to make the catch. And Mike Thomas ends up working a scoreless 8th inning. It was a stressful one. He threw 21 pitches, 11 strikes, 10 balls. But he works out of trouble. Bottom of the 8th, Somerset down by 3 on SPN.TV and 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com. Flashback 24 hours ago, bottom of the 8th inning, the Patriots were down 3 runs. They plated 4. Hunton preserved the save in the ensuing half inning, and Somerset sealed the victory. Will that happen again tonight? Patriots trail the Bees 4-1, bottom of the 8th inning. I'm Justin Antwell from the Fullerton.com press box. Mike Thomas made you sweat a little bit, but he survives unscathed. Top of the order due up for the Patriots, whose 5-game winning streak's in jeopardy. The Bridgeport Bluefish have lost tonight, 5-4 to the Lancaster Barnstormers. With the win, Somerset would be 4 up in the division with 8 to play. With the loss, 3 up with 8 to play. First pitch, called a strike, count 0-1. Zerillo, 1 for 2 with a walk, a .290 hitter, bats left-handed. Fornatero in his 3rd inning of work. They went to Rob Bryson in the spot yesterday, who yielded 4 runs, albeit 3 were unearned. The 1-1. Weak ground ball back to Fornatero. The 6'2" pitcher gloves it, throws to first, 1 out. Aaron Eggleston, at this moment last night, golfed a home run over the right field wall, his 8th of the year. Eggleston has already extended his on-base streak to 43 consecutive games. A streak that started on July 20th. He singled back in the 4th. In for a called strike, 0-1. Now, if you reach via fielder's choice or catcher's interference or an error, that does not count as extending the streak. Can only be done via hit, walk, or hit by pitch. The 0-1. Line drive down the right field line, foul. Count 0-2. Well, look, you love for Eggleston to get on, Ferris to reach, and then Vidal would represent the tying run, who leads the league in home runs. The 0-2. Fastball away, 1-2. Of the 14 meetings between New Britain and Somerset, 12 of them have been decided by 3 runs or fewer. And that's the predicament this evening. The 1-2 to the lefty in the bottom of the 8th. Slow roller to short, charging in is Carrillo, off balance for the first. The 35-year-old outfielder is retired on the 6-3 putout. 2 outs. Eric Ferris has a modest 5-game hitting streak. That's in jeopardy as he's 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. 1 to third, 1 to short, 1 to second. Ferris is a diehard San Francisco 49ers fan. His team will kick off the 2016 season on Monday night against the Los Angeles Rams. It's still weird to say the LA Rams. Called a strike count 0-1. The 0-1. Little ground ball on the first base line. This might kick back fair. Ferris has to hustle, and Skelton touches it foul. There's some weird spin on the baseballs nowadays. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Nobody on base. 4-1. New Britain leads Somerset. Win or lose, stick around for the Flemington Department Store post-game show. The 0-2. Fouled on top of the sweet level above me. Ferris batting .297, 6 homers, 62 RBI. Connor Little warms up in the Somerset bullpen, the lanky right-hander. He will pitch the top of the 9th inning unless Somerset rallies for the lead. Then you'd see Big John Hunton. The 0-2. Pop up foul side of first. Skelton and Griffin give it a look. Jimmy Skelton cannot make the catch. Whoa, he runs into the Patriots dugout. A dugout he's very familiar with. He called that dugout home in 2013 and 2015. Nice job by Jody and Dommel to help out their former player, to brace him as he fell into the dugout. Fornatero is just the second pitcher used by New Britain tonight. The 0-2. Grounded on the first baseline, foul. Ferris putting up a fight. Hey, Ferris gets on, Vidal reaches, then Roller would represent the tying run. The 0-2 from Fornatero. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, where did that miss? Lucky break for Ferris. That looked like a strike to buckle the knees. Count 1-2. Bees have led from wire to wire. The 1-2. Ground ball to his counterpart at second. Scooped up by McGuigan. Flipped to first. Inning over. To the 9th we go. 4-1. Bees lead the Patriots on SPN.TV and 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Okay, class, as you know, today is career day. and we have a very special guest in.
View a full inventory of new Ford cars and trucks online at Fullerton.com.
Wet wipe?
I'm what you call a clinical trial patient.
This is the bridge that connects the Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital to the Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. It's how we link 4 hospitals to hundreds of cancer specialists, and where precision medicine, genomics, and clinical trials come together every day to bridge the gap between cancer and a cure.
Last chance, more like fighting chance.
Robert Wood Johnson Health System, leading the way to health.
Hang out with friends, reward employees, or entertain your clients with a great view of the action from the party deck. Groups of 30 or more can party on the party deck and enjoy an all-you-can-eat premium buffet. Call the Patriots Group Sales Department at 908-252-0700. Fans are doing the whip and the nay-nay. I haven't seen that since 2015. I'm getting old. Top of the ninth, 4-1, New Britain leads Somerset. 6'6", 26-year-old from San Diego, California, Connor Little on the hill. Little's the biggest oxymoron in the Atlantic League because he's not little, he's very tall. And he's come up big this year for the Somerset Patriots. 5-0 record, 43 games, 3.41 ERA. 62 strikeouts, 17 walks. Opponents hitting .247 against Little. Little was signed by the Patriots just about this time last year as they geared up for what ended up being their 6th Atlantic League championship. Called a strike count 0-1. It's been a roller coaster year for Somerset. I mean, when this team started 13-0, you thought they could win 100 games. And then they hit a big-time slide. And they were just consistently inconsistent for quite some time. But now they've won 9 of their last 11 ball games, including 3 straight series. And won 5 in a row. But they trail tonight 4-1 in the top of the 9th inning. Fastball inside. Count 1-2. The pitching staff has issued 8 walks tonight. And, you know, that hurts. Line drive into right center field for a base hit for Michael Kraus. Kraus leads the Atlantic League in stolen bases. He has 57 steals. I don't think you bunt with Griffin. I think you let Kraus steal here. 4-1 Beasley, top of the 9th inning. Throw over to check on Kraus. And if I'm Brett Jody, I'm thinking about a pitch out here. Brett has not called too many pitch outs throughout the season. Kraus, 57 for 67 in steal attempts. First pitch low and away, count 1-0. Kraus did not go. Long set for Connor Little, who went to the University of Hawaii. Runner goes, swung on and missed, throw to second. Not in time. I'm surprised he didn't pitch out. I mean, you have to think he's going. You know this team wants to play for an insurance run. And you're not going to bunt with a 6'6" hitter. His 59th steal in 69 tries. And Griffin's approach will be to hit the ball on the ground the other way. Griffin has 2 RBI tonight. Bases loaded walk, RBI, sac fly, plus a ground out and a strikeout. He's a .273 hitter. The righty has 9 home runs and 62 RBI. Fastball away, 2-1. The pitch from Little. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Backpedaling. Carlos Guzman in foul territory. Makes the catch. Kraus stays put at second. Unproductive out. 1 away. Well, we look ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. It looks like Eric Fornatero will remain in the game. He'll try and go for the 10-out save. Vidal, Roller, Mazzola are the hitters. Steve Carrillo, the .242 hitting shortstops, 0 for 4. Right-hander comes to the plate. Bees leading the Patriots 4-1, top of the 9th inning. A run in the 1st, 2nd, 5th, and 7th for the Bees. Somerset's lone run, a Josh Mazzola home run in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The 0-1 to Carrillo. Glance over to check on Kraus, who gets back in time. So Little went to a college where people paid a vacation. He went to the University of Hawaii. The 0-1. Low and in, 1-1. The 1-1. Foul tipped in the ending behind home plate. Count 1-2. For a 4-1 game, this game is taking a while. You know, missed opportunities for both teams. You know, credit Somerset pitchers for grinding it out. I mean, it could have really gotten away from Garceau early on. And Little glances back at Kraus. But Mickey put out the fire nicely. You know, Thomas danced around some trouble. Could have been worse for Newby. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, only gives up a run. It just seems like the Bees have threatened every inning. There have only been 2 1-2-3 innings in this game for New Britain. And that's a splitter that squirts to the left of Gonzalez, and Kraus goes to 3rd. And if you're Jody, you trot your infield in. Have to cut out the run. Whoa, Jovan Gonzalez just spiked the ball towards the first base dugout in frustration. I mean, look, it has not been a great night for Somerset pitchers in terms of command. Garceau walked 6, Story walked 1, Newby walked 1, Thomas walked 1. It's a 2-2 count to Carrillo. Swung on and missed, strike three. Huge strikeout from Little. Keeps the deficit at 3 with 2 outs. That was 94 miles per hour. He reached back and dug deep. Anthony Hewitt's 0 for 3 with a walk. And those 9 walks for Somerset pitching, that's a season high. This was a staff that had issued the fewest walks in the Atlantic League. And the Bees have walked 4, so 13 batters walked in this game. Swung on and missed, count 1-1. Last night there were 10 batters walked in the game, so 23 walks issued from both pitching staffs the first 2 games in this series. The 1-1. Fastball in for a strike 1-2. Now let's credit the hitters, too. This isn't all on pitching. Credit the pitchers. Credit the hitters. They've had a keen eye at home plate. They spoiled tough pitches and have not expanded the zone. The 1-2. Fastball squirts away from Gonzalez. Little breaks to cover home. Krause stays put at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-1, New Britain leads Somerset, top of the 9th inning. A deep breath for Little. He shakes off Gonzalez 3 separate occasions, and Hewitt has to step off. Last time the Patriots lost a game, last Saturday, a week ago. The 2-2. Popped up foul behind home plate. Well, now there's some activity in the Bees bullpen. It's not Eric Fornatero who will come back out. That's Rob Bryson, the former Patriot. He was the one who yielded the 3 unearned runs yesterday. The 2-2. Low and in, count 3-2. Somerset 1 pitch away from walking their 10th batter. The 3-2 with 2 outs. Popped them up. Right field. In comes Mazzola, back goes Ferris. Ferris makes the catch. Thread over. Good job by Connor Little. Runner on second, nobody out. Survives unscathed. Kind of been the theme of the night. It's up to the Patriots offense to get at least 3 runs. We'll see them in 90 seconds on SPN.TV and 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
Are you ready for some family fun? Have a ball with everyone. It's a slam and hit. Come on and get patriotic.
The 6-time Atlantic League champion Somerset Patriots are taking the field at award-winning TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater. Enjoy professional baseball, food, giveaways, and affordable fun all summer long with the Somerset Patriots.
It's a slam and hit. Come on, get patriotic.
4-1, New Britain leads Somerset, bottom of the 9th inning. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Somerset Patriots. They'll face their former teammate, right-handed reliever Rob Bryson, 6'1", 220-pound, 29-year-old from Newark, Delaware. In 14 games, has a 2.41 ERA, allowed 5 earned runs in 18 2/3 innings since signing with New Britain after Somerset released him 5 weeks ago. Bryson was an all-star reliever for the River Sharks last year. Bryson was the losing pitcher last night in the 4-3 series opening loss. New Britain looking for its 10th road win in its last 11 road contest. Somerset trying to extend its winning streak to 6, looking for its 42nd come-from-behind win and 12th walk-off win of the year. It'd be its 3rd walk-off win of the homestand. On Monday night, we saw a walk-off RBI single from LaHare. Wednesday night, to complete the sweep, Roller at check swing infield RBI walk-off single. But the Patriots need 2 bloops and a blast to at least force the tie. First pitch to Vidal, who could hit this one 800 feet, and Somerset would still be trailing. He leads the league in homers with 24. First pitch called a strike, count 0-1. Well, when you have a rough outing like Bryson did last night, you're chomping at the bit to return to the rubber. Bryson gets his wish. The 0-1 swung on and missed. 96 miles per hour, count 0-2. Sean Gil Blair is New Britain's usual closer. But Gil Blair worked last night. The 0-2. Low in the dirt, 1-2. In the top of the first inning, Michael Krause cracked an RBI single. In the top of the second inning, it was Greg Olson who punched an RBI single. A run scored in the 5th and a bases-loaded walk issued to John Griffin. The run was charged to Sean Garceau. The Bees would add another in the 7th and an RBI sac fly by Griffin. Vidal laces it to center field. Back goes Krause to corral it. 1 out. Somerset's a lone run. A home run by Mazzola, who's on deck. Well, Bridgeport lost tonight. 5-4 to Lancaster. So with 8 games to go, presuming Somerset loses, the Patriots would be up 3 on New Britain and 3 up on Bridgeport with 8 to play. And they still play the Bees 5 more times and the Fish 3 more times. Low and in, count 1-0. I mean, there is a possibility Somerset could sneak in as a wild card, although nobody's thinking about that right now. The 1-0. Fastball in for a called strike, count 1-1. But this is exciting. If you're just an Atlantic League of professional baseball fan, since I've been around in 2012, this is the best I've seen the final week of the regular season going to be. And whoever made the schedule had a great crystal ball, because this is what you want. The teams that are competing with each other are playing with each other. There's no need to scoreboard watch when you're playing the Bees and playing the Fish. The 2-1 to Roller. 1 out in the 9th. Patriots trail 4-1 to the Bees. Foul behind home plate. Count 2-2. To Roller, who in 7 plate appearances in this series has walked 5 times. The 2-2 from Bryson. Upstairs, count 3-2. Roller trying to have a 3-walk night for the second straight evening. The 3-2 to the lefty. Hammer to deep center field. Back goes Krause. That's over his head. It 2 hops against the wall. Easy double for Kyle Roller. Tying run in the on-deck circle. Josh Mazzola's 1 for 3. He's 3 for 7 in 2 starts with Somerset since being acquired on Wednesday via trade from the American Association's Sioux City Canaries. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. Mazzola has accounted for the lone Patriot run. A home run in the 2nd inning, which feels about 20 years ago. First pitch, called a strike, count 0-1. Tying run in the on-deck circle for Carlos Guzman. But all ears and eyes on Mazzola. The 0-1. Low and away, 1-1. Mazzola has peaked at the high A-ball level with the San Francisco Giants organization. He went undrafted at a Missouri State University. One count. Runner on second, 1 out. 4-1 Bees lead the Patriots, bottom of the 9th. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Pulled the string on him with the changeup out in front, Mazzola. Count 1-2. A 3-hour, 30-minute game. The 1-2. Foul tipped into the midding of Skelton. He hung on to it. Strike 3. 2 outs. Carlos Guzman, 0 for 3 with all 3 of his putouts to first base. Guzman and Bryson were both all-stars last year for Camden. They're very close friends. Runner on second, 2 outs. 4-1 New Britain leads Somerset, bottom of the 9th. First pitch, fastball inside, 1-0. A brief post-game show to follow. There'll be a fireworks display, win or lose. The 1-0. Low and in, count 2-0. I mean, to me, Guzman has to take a strike here because you need to get the tying run of the plate, and you could use Brian Van Kirk to pinch hit if you want, who has pop. The 2-0. Oh, he takes a hack, and he lines it into the netting behind home plate, count 2-1. 2 outs, runner on second. The Bees have led wire to wire. It's a 4-1 score in the bottom of the 9th inning. Rob Bryson in search of his 4th save. From last night's loser to tonight's closer. Baseball works in funny ways. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. 92 miles per hour from the former Indians prospect. Count 2-2. And the Patriots' 5-game winning streak gets down to its final strike. With a loss, Somerset would be 3 up on both New Britain and Bridgeport with 8 to go. The 2-2. Inside, count full, 3-2. Tying run in the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch to Guzman. The 265 hitter awaits the payoff pitch. Here it is. It's popped up in the infield. The Harvard alum McGuigan will hand the ball to Carrillo as Carrillo makes the catch. Bryson notches his 4th save, and the Bees have forced a rubber match tomorrow afternoon, I should say, at 1:05 p.m. So Somerset wins 4-3 last night. The Bees respond with a 4-1 wire-to-wire victory this evening. The Bees shake hands behind the pitcher's mound. There'll be a post-game fireworks show to come, plus there'll be a jersey presentation on the field as well. If you enjoyed us on SPN.TV, I want to say thank you so much. I'm Justin Answell. Thanks to our entire broadcast venue production crew. Everybody did a great job. Ed, Andrea, Mark. We had 20 productions this entire season. Great work by everybody. Should Somerset make the playoffs, we'll continue on with these SPN.TV telecasts. Should Somerset not lose, it was a great year for broadcast venue, and we appreciate their heartfelt efforts. If you still want to hear more things about this game and look ahead to tomorrow afternoon's matchup, stick around for the WCTC Flemington Department Store postgame show. Bees top the Patriots 4-1 on the New Talk Radio, 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.